play through the... Why is it doing this on my screen? Hi, mate. I'm trying not to cough and sound absolutely horrible. But hi. Ads are not done. But I'm here. It's National Muffin Day. That's amazing. I actually did make, like... I won't say muffins, but I did, like, cook a thing of muffins. You're like, oh, how did you cook a thing of muffins but not make muffins? Well, I put it in a cake pan. Because I was too lazy to get out the muffin, individual muffin things. So I just have a big old loaf of muffin that I've been snacking on for the past day. I hope your day is going good so far, May. Thank you for stopping in and for the resubscribing. Oh my god, is ad not over yet? Was it longer for some reason, or did I just not start it in enough time? That's probably what happened. I am so scatterbrained right now. It's not even funny. Like, legit, it's not funny. I decided to do this like 15 minutes ago. Welcome in, everybody. If I sound like I'm dying, I promise I'm not. I just got like a slight itch. My throat is not sore. I know I sound terrible, but I promise I feel okay. I feel fine. I decided to do this like 15 minutes ago. I'm gonna be all over the place today, and I just decided I keep hearing about this one dating sim that I've been hearing, like, seeing bits and pieces of it everywhere. Let me look it up. And then I opened it and I'm like, I'm gonna stream it. For some reason, my brain is like, let's do it. To reconnect your headphones. No! May headphones, please cooperate. But this game is called Don't Eat the Cashier. I don't know what I'm expecting here, but I did, like, grab the content warnings real quick. So let me pop that in here and then pin it so you guys can see that, or for anybody that comes in. But I don't know. I decided that this is what we're doing today, and I figured if I'm gonna do this, I might as well stream it. I'm feeling a little goofy, silly today. Let's go ahead and go with it. I had to stop myself from putting Shuby in there. And sometimes I really wonder, how did I end up here? Not that I dreamed of a career as a neurosurgeon or an astronaut, but for crying out loud, working at a gas station? On the other hand, money is money. I sent out resumes to every conceivable and inconceivable place, applying for every position where I could somehow use my degree in art. Mood. 0 responses. Also mood. I had to swallow my pride and find at least something. Oh god, what is this? Human organism wanted for work at gas stations. Organism's duties include selling food for mouth, silence and obedience, household task, obeying those who were more ancient, friendly team offers, new and old faces of friends, long and different life, consumption of nourishment, juicy juices, and trips to human places. I found this note stuck to the glass of the bus stop. Food for mouth? Seriously? The guy's got a style of his own. Apparently, the manager is just an eccentric dude, or is this their new marketing tactic to grab attention? You did it! Yay! The headphones cooperated. The hot chocolate cookies. Oh, that sounds so good. I would love hot chocolate cookies right about now. Really, I need a warm drink, period. My gosh, I sound terrible, but I feel fine, I promise. Mini marshmallows. You just came here to torture me. That's what you did. And I can't have any of them. You're too far away. If you want to turn them into s'more cookies, you just sprinkle in some graham cracker dust. Oh, that's exactly what it sounded like. That was the first thought I had. I was like, just smack that thing on a graham cracker and call it a day. Whatever. Okay, back to this. So whatever. People often told me that I have my quirks too, and even if they haven't seen my fursuit, not the fursuit, not not the main character being a furry right out the gate. Well, whatever, as long as he's not a complete jerk who will hit on me or make me scrub floors with a toothbrush. Oh, are we already here? Hi. I didn't scream, I couldn't move. My brain feverishly tried to find any category for this in its database. What is we eldritch? Horror? Hallucination? Psychosis? Too many energy drinks? A typical middle manager. The monster from my nightmares stirred. Its tentacles crept closer to the counter. My god. The creature made a sound. Not from a mouth. It had none. The sound emanated from deep within its bulk. Hollow, profound, bone-shaking. Oh my god. Greetings, organism. I am Bob, the indescribable and terrifying consumer of worlds, but you, grain of sand, may call me Manager Bob. Look at his tie. Look at his tie. No. This isn't real. I'm dreaming. I need to wake up. You will sell food for mouths and obey me, for I am ancient. Memorize the rules of this establishment, for my patience is as limited as the salary I offer you. Well, geez, that's such a motivator. Rule number 1, you sell, no matter what. Chicken food for the mouth, gremlin fuel, noodles made from cursed souls, lottery tickets for extra limb raffles, discount rot, ritual foil. Everything must be sold. He points directly at me with that creepy, slimy tentacle. Every miserable unit of currency brings me closer to my triumphant exit from this pitiful hole. Oh. I pinched myself, but I didn't wake up. Rule number 2, be polite to customers or ignore bald spots and werewolf fur, and watch out for drafts when ectoplasmic entities are in the store. I can't. Why does the voice low-key kind of fit him? What? What? But don't let them get too bold. Customers are just walking containers for currency, and they should only pay in monetary units. Payment in existential dread or hair of the dead is not accepted. I know, I low-key kind of love him too. I want to point out that in the description of the game, it says that you have like 3 choices and 1 very charming manager, and this is the manager that they were talking about. He is charming in his own type of way. Many of them come here just to chat because they are idle and purposeless organisms. Your task is to make them part with their currency anyway. It is also your duty to heal organisms if they are injured using special kits. If they die, they can't give away currency. Okay, Mr. Krabs. Oh god, it's a first choice. feel like this is the best. I'm gonna try and answer true to myself here, regardless of what ending we can get to. Excuse me, dear sir. You seem to have mentioned werewolves and ectoplasm. My voice as polite as possible, I managed to compress my primal, screaming panic into a tight ball and shove it deep down. Werewolves. And not to mention that you yourself are a giant meatball with tentacles. Damn. I shall answer your question, curious polite organism. Werewolves and ectoplasmic entities are just a few examples of the many insect... I got an itch in my throat and killed it. Many insignificant life forms that frequent this establishment. What unites them is that they're all slaves to consumption, just like your kind. I'm probably not gonna do a voice for every single character. It's just gonna be... It's just gonna be for Bob. Because I think it's funny. As for my nature, I am your immediate supervisor, and everybody else, it's normal. Seriously, yeah. If I can think of a voice to use for the other ones, I'll do it, but I don't know if I can be that creative today. I don't know where the voice came from. I just saw him and just like, this is what he sounds like. As for my nature, I am your immediate supervisor and guarantor of your future financial prosperity. I'm at a gas station for monsters. I got a job with Cthulhu for minimum wage. Huh. You know what? This actually kind of sounds real. It sounds accurate to real life. This is all you need to know. That really is all I need to know. I fear any more knowledge would surely drive me insane. For the first time, something resembling approval flickered across Bob's mini-eyed face. Oh god, not the heart! No, that means we can romance him too! Is Bob romanceable? Wait! A rare and unexpected display of grains of wisdom that have not left yet the human species. Not him. Embrace your ignorance. Let it become your shield and direct path to the status of human employee of the month. And what does human employee of the month get? A cash bonus of 25 cents! He really is Mr. Krabs. I understand that you human are already extremely excited about this, but that is not all! You will also have access to the elite manager's restroom for one full work cycle. During its use, there's only a 7% chance that you will be transported to a dimension of endless pain, suffering, and unimaginable torment. Truly generous. Thank you. Sounds great. He suddenly places a jar in front of me on the counter. And the last rule. Remember, organism, this tip container must be filled with money by the end of your wake cycle. If the bottom of the jar is visible, you will clean the sanitary rooms with this object in the not a fork! Not a fork! You will clean the sanitary rooms with this object in the dimension of absolute horrors and suffering for 2,510 years. I won't live that long, Bob. My lifespan doesn't go for that long. I couldn't take my eyes off the fork. The potential tool of my eternal servitude, and at this moment, my mind fully capitulated. Yes, I have been hired by a multi-eyed cosmic architect squid. Yes, my clients will be non-humans. Yes, I'm being threatened with a fork and eternal toilet cleaning. How could anyone clean anything with a fork? I mean, the same will happen if you even think of escaping before the end of your work contract. Talk about a hostile work environment. My ocular sensorium perceives the subtlest of the matters. It will detect you in any corner of this pitiful planetary sphere. I'm starting to lose it. Crap, I'm stuck here. I'm in a trap. Do you understand, organism? I will not be sassy. I will not be sassy right now. Acceptable! I want to stay on Bob's good side for a moment. Goodbye, organism. Good luck in your currency acquisition and button pressing. Could you show me exactly how I press the buttons? Or, yes, I think I can handle this perfectly. I'm gonna actually ask. I pointed the sticky buttons on the vending machine. A tentacle extends from his body with torturous slowness. With the drama of a pianist playing the last tragic note, the tip of the tentacle presses down. Click. Bob waits expectantly. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that there was not like a thing like a tutorial I was actually gonna like skip or something. But okay. Your capacity for learning is phenomenal. Alright, don't patronize me. This concludes the briefing. Remain as polite an organism as you are. He didn't turn around as a human would. His tentacles simply shifted his entire mass in another direction with soft gurgling sound, and he waddled across the linoleum. Finally, he left me alone. I must save. The silence at the gas station was broken only by the hum of refrigerators containing juicy juices and the buzzing of the neon lamp above my head. I stood in the same spot, as if rooted to the ground. My breath returned to me in a sharp, uneven gasp. My hands were shaking. The tip jar, which I needed to fill to avoid ending up in a dimension of ancient horrors, still stood proudly on the counter. Okay. What just happened? Option 1. I've gone insane. That's the most logical conclusion. Prolonged stress from job hunting, malnutrition, nerves, anxiety, a disrupted sleep schedule. My brain just malfunctioned. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wake up on my couch in my dingy rented apartment. I pinched myself again. Nothing. It was nothing. I scanned the room once more. It smelled of gasoline and old coffee. It was still absurdly real. And that means everything he said. It's all true. Werewolves, vampires, tips, forks. A hysterical mix of laughter and a scream of terror welled up in my throat, but I held it back. I needed to get through this. I needed to. Oh no. Oh no. Don't tell me that's the first customer. Bells? What the hell? Oh! Hey, guys. Guys. Is it okay if I'm predictable? No, not you beating me to it! May, please. 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 Listen. Can I just be predictable for one moment? Can I be predictable for one moment? I want to remind you, I didn't know anything going into this, so no, don't tell it! Don't tell on me! Don't tell on me! Anyways. Shit! Where the hell did this clown come from? It took great effort to not look away from those red burning eyes, burning into pitch black darkness. That says you. Says you. It just looks like he's high. It's fine. Oh no, not the jingle of the bells. Is he amused? Is he wondering if I'm tasty? Bob didn't exactly give any guarantees I wouldn't get devoured at work. My brain, still recovering from the encounter with Bob, was frantically trying to figure out how to break this ringing silence. Please don't hit me, I'm just a miserable, tasteless cashier! Hold on. You can't just appear with the sound of creepy piano, sir. Isn't it strange I work at a gas station for a couple bucks, yet here you are, the one that wears the jester's hat? Oh no, what did it, did you get auto-modded? Oh no. What was it? Hold on. I don't know what it was, I can't see. Good evening, sir, what would you like to purchase? Oh, it's a clip, okay. Oh, no, you clipped it. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I saved because I'm gonna be that person. That's quite witty. Yeah, of course he. I mean, it's fair. Obviously, you were gonna clip that. Fuck, I don't know what to give this, give a voice. I haven't even seen your face fully yet. Oh, no. Maybe if I don't look directly at him, that it won't happen. It is! It's shoe bait! This is shoe bait! This is like, what am I supposed to do now? We are supposed to have a Bob and 2 other options in this game, and now I'm fully set in a path. I have no choice now. I have no choice in the matter. This is just the route that we're gonna have to be going on now. No! Someone send help! Help! I can't think of a voice. That's the first joke I've heard in this wonderful place, and it wasn't disappointing. It's so amusing that I might not turn your cash register into you, and you into the cash register. What does that mean? Sir, what does that mean? Sir, what does that mean? I'd also rather not become a cash register. Thank you. I still need to sell a lot of juicy juices today. And even in the face of existential transformation, you're still talking about your duty. Your juicy, juicy duty. We got hearts, though. I'm making progress. May I'm making progress. I'm making funny with the funny man. But have you considered the opinion? I completely brain farted. You considered the opinion of the cash register itself. You have a unique opportunity to do so. Just one word. Is that what the kids are calling it now? I don't want to know what the cash register might tell me, considering everything it's seen and how sticky it is. My God, another crazy person with a strange way of speaking. No, but he's cute. He's low-key very cute. He's very cute. This is 100. This was made for me. And it seems he's in the mood for a chat. Yay! So, what is a beautiful, charming soul like you doing in such a dreadful, dirty island of misfortune? That's just my natural habitat, I fear. Or rather, what is a place like this doing with such a charming soul as you? Hey, get out of here. 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 Get out. Where's the thing? Why are you not letting me block? Why is it not letting me delete the message? Can you please let me delete it? I hate trying to do this shit on here because it just never works. But I forget that I have Mix It Up available, and that's where I need to do it for. There we go. Got it. Good. Don't interrupt my clown time, please. It's true, you have the survival instinct of a clown loving. Listen, I'm just saying, if there's ever a point in time where you need to kidnap me, you don't show up with like a van full of puppies, you just show up with a very nicely dressed jester doing a little dance and making the bells on his hat jingle, and I'll probably get in the van. I have a weakness. I have a weakness. Okay? Oh wait, where are my manners? I suppose I must introduce myself. I have many names, most of which are not fit to be spoken in the company of a lovely noble soul. The nicest I've heard is the Mad King. A title I plan to pass from me to myself for the coming centuries. However, I have a feeling that if we do, like, go this route with this particular character, that it's gonna be absolutely ridiculous and possibly very funny. You had a mortal mother. Okay. However, my mortal mother named me Darian. Now, may I have your hand? Yes! Hold on. Let me not be that easy. Hold on. Let me back up. Who did he say his daddy was? He didn't say who his daddy was. He just said his mortal mother called him Darian. I'm gonna offer my hand this time. Ah! This was the correct choice. He suddenly bows his head and presses his lips to my knuckles. Meeting you is truly a pleasure. His lips are cold, yet a ghostly warmth spreads across my skin. It's 'cause I'm blushing. I'm sighing. Are you sighing in disappointment? Or are you in the trenches with me? This is the question that I must ask. I know it's probably disappointment. So here I am, dealing with a real gentleman. How lovely. Or king, as he calls himself. Disappointed. May's really saying, Shoo, you're better than this. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm really not. really disappointed in my choices from from here on now. Of all the kings and emperors locked in their soft chambers, this one has probably found a way to escape. May I know your name? I don't immediately realize he's asking me a question, still in a daze from that gentle, manly kiss. That's a word. Monarch of the gas station. I love the responses we can give here. Help! My name is Shu. I'm also a monarch. The monarch of the gas station. My name is Shu, sir. I refuse to reveal my true name. Demons always do terrible things with them. My name is Shu, but my friends call me Big D. Or they would if I had any. Okay. I want to do one of the two of the choices. I'm gonna see what the reaction is, and you can back up, so it's fine. Yay, that's the answer. That was the one I really wanted to go with, so I'm glad to see it is right. It is the right answer for him. See, it's meant to be. I just need to go. I just need to go with what my brain immediately latches onto is what I would say, and it'll happen naturally. Because it's meant to be, May. You can't keep me from them. A monarch, your majesty. Forgive my outrageous ignorance. I did not recognize the sovereign of this noble kingdom of oil and discounted juicy drinks. You are a monarch with a wonderful sense of humor, as am I. There's nothing better for subjects than rulers who appreciate a good joke. Okay, full stop. The goal for me now is to out-freak him. We're gonna out-freak him. Like, there's gonna be if there is not a way to freak him out at any point in time, to where we are more freakish than him. What do you mean, sigh? It'll be funny. We need to scare him. We need to slightly freak him out, and then it'll be a 10 out of 10 game. You are. Oh, I've already said that. There is nothing better for subjects than rulers who appreciate a good joke. Many believe that absolute power makes a ruler's sense of humor more sadistic, but as far as I'm concerned, they've just never had a good, entertaining time impaling people. Okay, Alucard. I humbly bow before you, your majesty of the midnight shift. Sorry I didn't send an invoice ahead. I love how he's continuing with the bit. He 100% does not believe us, but he's continuing with the bit. There's a good sense of humor, this one. I wish the vessel was you. That's coming on a little strong. A pardon from the lips of the monarch themselves. How my wounded soul rejoices. I am redeemed, reborn in the light of your mercy. Is it an act of a mercy that'll be sung by the poets of my realm? Okay, you're laying it on thick. Those who can still rhyme rather than just wallow in the alcoholic oblivion. You know, my company has an especially interesting effect on the artistic types, as I've discovered. Hey, you stay on that side of the screen. If you start coming for me directly, then it's gonna be a problem, sir. Nothing surprising there. It seems I've gone mad myself, or halfway there. Maybe it happened around the time I decided to become an artist. Oh yeah, our MC is actually an artist, has a thing in art. I am indeed exchanging silly jokes with some mysterious toothy entity as if it's nothing. An entity that kissed my hand. Maybe I should just adapt to this new profession really quickly. Or perhaps I had a stash of nerves of steel in a bag. Can't shake the feeling, though, that this clown is about to explode himself. Or blow me up. I feel like my brain is turning to jelly. And I don't understand when we will finally get to the point. Actually, it's not all that bad. It's not all that bad. Maybe I've just been spoiled by all those mangas about sinister and tragic monsters. Though the only tragic thing about this client so far is his tragic unwillingness to buy my discount rot. So let's get to the purpose of my visit. Thank you! Finally. It's completely unknown to me. Oh, for crying out loud. There's nothing interesting in the assortment of this pathetic shack except for you, so I'm buying your time. Let's have dinner. I'm sure you must be hungry. Oh no. Allow me to create a more pleasant atmosphere for us. Okay. Alright, where are we? What is that thing that's hanging from the tree in the back, and why is it dripping? Why is it dripping, Darian? Darian, my dear. Why is it dripping? Praise the goat mother. Oh, the gnome. I didn't notice the gnome before. Help. I'm shivering from a gust of icy wind. He just teleported half of my gas station to a radioactive dump. Or a radioactive dump to my gas station. And the jar is gone! The jar is gone! My freaking jar! Oh gosh. I'm just gonna continue. I'm probably I'm gonna get sent to the toilet realm if I don't get to the point, but I just want to keep going. I'm gonna go with this one. What a wonderful place for dinner. Radioactive cockroaches on the menu? Of course, a local delicacy. Pan-fried in their own radioactive juices to preserve the flavor. Crispy on the outside, still alive on the inside, and they grant you the most thrilling superpowers. You don't say. However, I can't go long without familiar landscapes. Already ruined lands make me melancholic because of all the fun that's happened without me. Disgusting. Allow me. Oh, hey, this one's not that bad. I like this. This is nice. This is something seemingly less radioactive. Amazingly, I haven't thrown up yet. Feels like I've been flushed twice through an interdimensional toilet. I clear my throat. Seems that I'm sitting at a table. Oh, hey, Ditz! Hi, Ditz. I'm totally not obsessing over something, a particular character because they're dressed a certain way. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Not doing that at all. I'm not being predictable. I'm just playing a game. I'm gonna drink my water. Amazing timing for you to come in right when he's off screen too. So this is perfect for me. If I just don't continue, I won't get caught. Okay, I clear my throat. Seems I'm sitting at a table. Much better when you agree. Couldn't be better. Oh, it's beautiful here and strange. Is this your home? The words of a true poet. My two favorite categories, strange and beautiful. I see. You see what? What do you see? You see nothing. You see nothing. Nothing. You see nothing. is much more than a home. It's my cage and my greatest canvas for creativity. You know what I am. I don't know what you mean. I have no idea what you're talking about. Every ugly tree, every mad toad, every eye-bearing mushroom, it's all a piece of me. A marvelous place, except for when the rocks grow legs and start running. Including those that people make their homes out of. I couldn't read that for a second. You talk weird. And now you're part of this place too. Isn't it wonderful? I'm slowly getting used to the landscape. The fireflies here, quite charming. But it'd be better without that frog with a human face. There he is. He is a little off-putting. The frog notices me too. It lets out a sad croak and then looks at me with an expression of deep existential despair. She was a degenerate clown lover. No. Question mark. No, don't. Degenerate clown lover. No, I have to spin the wheel. No, I don't want to spin the wheel. I don't want to spin the wheel. I have so many tabs open. I have to go and look up the wheel. Hold on. Let me find it. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, I can't show it to you guys right now. I can't. Hold on. No. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me actually show it up here. Let me find the thing. Oh, is this it? I think it is. Yeah, there it is. Now you guys can see it. I need to add more to it. Okay, I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Okay. Alright. Now I gotta pull all this crap up. Ah! Darian, please hold, Darian. We're gonna take a second. I have to draw something that May wants me to draw for 10 minutes. Let me set it up. Draw yourself, Sage. You're a desperate clown lover. No. 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 Hold on. Let me pull up Clip Studio. Let me go ahead and run ad while I'm getting all this set up. Okay. Alright. Let me pull this up. I have to put Darian away for a second. Here we go. Here. Looky, Lear. There's Lear. Thankfully, for this case, I do have like an old sketch, chibi sketch I can use real quick that we can base this off of. And make sure everything's okay. Now we're ready for when ad ends. Oh god. I didn't realize I was gonna get bullied on stream today. Let's see here. I got a message. Who'd I get a message from? Oh, well, that's... Well, it wasn't a good message. Disappointment! Oh, are we back? We're back. Okay. Let me get the timer out. And then I'll draw for 10 minutes. Okay. Timer is set to go. Hold on, I'm trying to focus. Because I'm on a time limit now. This is gonna look so sloppy. Well, first off, the anatomy of this sketch is way off. It needs to be redone. But it's fine. I only need the head anyways. Okay, I have like half the time left still, so... I suppose I can try and clean this up a little bit. Me being unmedicated and drawing is like the most horrendous sketches you've ever seen in your life, I have realized. So I just have stopped trying to draw when I don't have my medicine. It's annoying though. I want to do it and I can't do it. So that's why I ended up playing this game instead today. Just please hold, Darian. I'll be back in just a moment. I have important things to attend to at the moment. Very important. Very important. That was a horrible... Okay, there we go. There we go. We can put that on the screenshot afterwards. Okay. I know it hasn't been a full 10 minutes yet, but... time is moving so slow to me right now. We can put that on the screenshot afterwards. Excellent, yeah. Okay, let me close all this out. Let me bring back this. Okay. Alright. What were we doing? Right. Existential despair was happening. Alright. Say nothing about a frog with a human face. Point at the frog with a human face. Who is that? Oh, that's Lorray. Lorray? One of the brave souls who dared to challenge my authority. My dear friend who once walked the path of adventure. However, he didn't foresee the possibility of being turned into a frog on a whim. He even tried to wield a sword with his tiny froggy legs. Fought to the end, a true warrior. Now, however, his foes are mosquitoes and bigger frogs. Tell me, dear, does he bother you? His existential froggy crisis, I mean. Is it ruining the ambiance? He looks at me with an interested expression. Hold on, I don't want to make a decision yet. What did he do? Yes, please, disintegrate him. Can you remove him gently? He's suffered enough. No, I want him to watch! There's so many good options here. Yes, please, and disintegrate him. I said, I can't. I gotta go with this one. Nah. Hold on, I don't want to make a decision yet. Hold on a minute. I'm genuinely curious. Is any of these like... Nope, none of these. Yeah, none of these are like technically a right answer. Okay. And no, I want him to watch is definitely what I would say. Watch life pass him by. See us enjoy a dinner of more than just mosquitoes and salt water. My dear, you're a treasure trove of delightfully dark little surprises. So dinner. I'm sure you must be starving. Traveling between realities must be exhausting. What the hell is that? This looks strange, but it smells delicious. Meat with honey? And next to the meat, a purple soup, possibly made from a less fortunate cashier. Whether the food is poison or not, if I refuse, His Highness might turn me into a frog too. So I pick up a fork from the table. And this is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. It's 100 times better than the cheap instant noodles I usually buy in supermarkets. Even the fact that I'm currently in some other universe surprisingly doesn't seem to harm my appetite. It seems you enjoy our cuisine. My chefs have always managed to cook well, on those occasions when I have noticed it. I assure you, you won't regret this dinner, at least not for the first half hour after eating the meal. Yes, thank you. You're very kind. This is the best purple goo in my miserable life as a miserable cashier. What are you doing? Why are you doing all this? The dinner, the teleports, all of that. Thank you for the food on my plate, not staring back at me. I'm gonna go with this one. Why, what a delightfully pointless question, even by my standards. What does that mean? I do it because I can. I do it because the alternative is crushing, gray, predictable boredom. Boredom, boredom, boredom. You know what, mood? That's where I'm at right now here, too. I brought you here, Shu, because for the first time in a very, very long time, you were not boring. Because you fear me less than my subjects do, and you can hold a meaningful, albeit questionable, conversation, unlike my subjects. Believe me, when your I can't say it. Mind is as sturdy as wet paper, all the joy of conversation quickly evaporates. Maybe it's because you keep turning them into animals? Or stay silent. I wouldn't do either one of these, so we're stuck. That's exactly what I mean. Such an amazingly insightful observation. You are born to my sinful side. However, it's only a punishment for the most audacious ones. A ruler, both god and monster, but no one ever wants to see the other side. And that's truly a pity. What if it's as good as the first side? Or conversely, terrifying? That would also be exciting to find out. I poke at the food with my fork and watch the peculiar scenery from the corner of my eye. A silence hangs between us that might even be called cozy, were I under heavy narcotics. You hope he turns me into a newt? No, I don't want to be a newt. I entertain him. He would not turn me into a newt. Don't ask silly questions, return to eating. What's your favorite animal? Glad you asked. It's right here on our plate. Just kidding, but I do need some time to think. Let's see. The riding flea has its own charms, of very disgusting ones. Carnivorous butterflies are beautiful, but they're dumb and nosy. As we know, only what's inside makes a noise, or what's in my head. It's always ringing. I think it's a dog. It loves its owner with all its heart, whether they're a saint or a serial killer, and doesn't notice the difference. It lives in constant joyful state of blissful ignorance and misplaced enthusiasm. A creature that finds endless joy and utterly meaningless. It's truly inspiring. Dogs are digesters of the animal world, and I adore them for it. Especially the small, wrinkly ones. What about you? Cats, to them, we're probably the jesters. Type shit, good sir. Oh, indeed, they're truly the rulers of this reality, tiny furry gods of apathy and disdain, and we are their obedient, foolish caretakers. I've been lucky enough to escape their tyranny and instead enjoy my own and feed those around me. I return to my meal, and I just chew another bite. I hear His Highness' voice. By the way, how does the meat taste? Is he gonna say that we're eating humans? Is the human flesh tender enough? I called it. Called it. My fork freezes halfway. Oh, 100% I know what I'm saying. What did I say? We're gonna sit here and out-freak this man. We're gonna do it. Vomit. Why is there human flesh? Not as tasty as the one I had the day before yesterday. You're the law here. His face! His face! I did it! I out-freaked him! 10 out of 10 game! 10 out of 10 game! Yes! Look at his face! Oh god. What's my go-to recipe for people? I'm not gonna share that on the internet. What if people monetize it without my permission? Look at him! I need a screenshot of this. Legitimately, I need a screenshot of this. I'm gonna... hold on, I gotta save where I am so I can come back and take a screenshot of that because his face is sending me. It's sending me. I meet his gaze slowly, and with all the authority, place a piece of meat in my mouth and begin to chew without breaking eye contact. I just want to say, 100%, this is how I would react in the moment, because he has been, for all intents and purposes, been fucking with us from the very beginning. I 100% would not believe him and think he's joking with me. No, because that is his face. The reaction image can't. Indeed. It's the dung sound effect too. Oh my god. I can't remember ever seeing someone so shocked in my life. His mad grin vanishes, his eyes widen, and his own fork freezes halfway to his mouth. For one precious, glorious, sweet moment, the Lord of Chaos is completely and utterly baffled. My dear, you are a true treasure. You didn't just call my bluff, you've raised the stakes to the sky. No, it's certainly not human. See, I knew he was fucking with us. Oh my god. It's just venison. As far as I can tell by taste, not very intelligent. It's definitely not Timmy, our carpenter, who unexpectedly disappeared near the large kitchen cauldrons. Perfectly sized to fit in it. Definitely not. Well, maybe he's not. I've personally issued several decrees related to cannibalism, perhaps even concerning its prohibition, but that's besides the point. What does that mean? I rarely have visitors, and I'd like to tell you about other interesting guests. After all, it's the most fascinating thing I can share with you. For a place where mushrooms with eyes can grow, it can be incredibly dull here. Shadows in the clearing thicken and stir. They detach from the gnarled trees, rising up from the ground like black ink, and spread across the wall. Dancing and intertwining, they prepare to perform at their master's whim. Behold this incredibly crooked castle, my dear. Crooked to the point of absurdity. Sadly, in reality, its curves look far more aesthetic, but they give the creator some leeway for expressiveness. Many brave and not so bright souls have tried to conquer this terrifying, dark, eerie, crooked castle, so many that it became even more crooked. You see, the dreadful monster living there never liked being distracted from its important duties. Terribly important duties, like having long, deep conversations with its own reflection or concocting recipes with raisins. So far, the scariest thing in this story is the presence of raisins. Yes, you do understand. Me just being myself. I don't have to plot or have to seriously think on these choices. I'm just being myself and it's working. Yes, you do understand. They're real horror, aren't they? Tiny shriveled bits of deception. They pretend to be sweet, but they're just made to ruin. They ruin lovely cookies, ruin family photos. They have no place in civilized society. Oh, how I understand them. The monster was a tyrant, a menace. He sowed chaos and disorder, mostly on purpose. He had countless opportunities for creativity and wasn't afraid to use them. He made some people believe they were pigeons and others that they were grains. He wouldn't allow his best servants to have windows, fearing that the moon and the both suns would get envious and want to take them away. And he demanded that they seal the gaps in the doors as well. He locked wizards who came to him for magical gifts in a giant laboratory and promised them power if they invented a kettle that could boil everything except water. Did they eventually invent the kettle? Who won, the pigeons or the grains? Oh. Oh, man. Invented? Oh, they did much more. After 11 years of failed prototypes, a few explosions and chemicals running away on their own legs, they succeeded. The kettle could boil even bright memories, but not water. Water would instantly freeze, explode, and file for divorce. I immediately rewarded them with a new invention idea. A cup with sealed top and without a bottom. Let's see how they handle that. I love him. I love him too much. He's just evil to be evil. I love him. But I digress. Oh, but I digress. But behold, a ray of light in the dark kingdom. The first heroes, Sir Loray, the righteous in all his clanging, self-important glory. He took a knee to rest briefly because the weight of his righteousness was bad for the health of his poor back. Following rumors spread by the same monster, he fought his way through the monster's loyal subjects too. By the way, where did he even find them? Most of my subjects are too busy contemplating the color of suspenders for their suspenders. Or laminating their fate. I cherish them in their imperfection. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's getting distracted in the middle of his own story. They were probably the most restless of them. Every story needs minions. In any case, our hero descended into the Grotto of Despair. Or the Grotto of Tentacles. Imagine the most sinister name you can conjure. Are you making this up as you go? The Grotto of Kidney Stones. Yet the dreadful, imperfect human body. The worst affliction is having them in your kidneys. What a joy. I now I can choose how many I have. I prefer a negative number. Let's not get sidetracked. We've gotten sidetracked at least twice so far, Darian. Into the Grotto of Kidney Stones, our hero descended to retrieve an artifact capable of deafening the Monster King. The Ring of Incredible Power. A big shoddily crafted, but I assure you it looks more aesthetic in real life. However, the brave knight didn't know that the incredible power of the ring lay in its 440 pounds weight. That was its only magical property. The only incredible thing about this ring is that it was incredibly stupid and useless. The realization when he spent weeks of his life on a divinely heavy paperweight and the sudden crushing thought that he should have become a baker instead of a hero just to get some sleep, well, it broke his poor noble mind. Not that his mind was ever intended for serious burdens. I'm gonna nod. Okay, well. Oh, a bit of gloating, a touch of delightful deserved cynicism. Oh, splendid. How wonderful that we shared this dish together. So the night perished. But then along came Elmer Eagle-Eye. They said he earned his nickname from escaping from an enemy fortress. On the third day of his captivity, he noticed that his prison cell was lacking the fourth wall. We're about to break the fourth wall. An archer of legendary skill who tried to kill me with a precise shot. Constantly. During breakfast, while bathing, at balls, during sleep, and even while I was devising a plan to get rid of them. The audacity. I hate just killing them. Turning them into madmen is much more fun. And I bestowed a little curse upon the elf as well. I made it so that every time he drew his bowstring, he'd hear the most annoying melody to his ears. Elmer was a terrible racist. He hated dwarves, so naturally the melody became the national anthem of the dwarves, played in a loop by a bagpipe of orchestra. The pure rage it provoked derailed his aim every time. I respect the game. Eventually, he stormed the castle, dropped his bow, and begged for a job at my court in exchange for changing the song to anything else. He was desperate, and I was a villain. Everything aligned incredibly well. Now he's my royal huntsman. The dwarf march is replaced with a lively elfin sea shanty, and no one dare accuse me of being callous and heartless. No, that's pretty nice, actually. It's pretty merciful. Now he has a salary, good food, clothing, entertainment, and a full guarantee of non-dismemberment. I mean, that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, actually. That's pretty nice. I mean, that's not that bad at all. He didn't get that bad of a deal. What do you mean, wait? What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? How long have we been away from the gas station? A pretty good long damn time. I don't think we have a choice in the matter at the moment. Listen, I don't think we have much of a choice. Darian said that we were gonna have dinner. We're having dinner, and now he's telling me a story. He missed the opportunity to change his dwarf national anthem to Dwarf Serenades. Shoo, where were you before? Coarse odes and comparisons to long stalactites. Endless rhyme verses about the shrine of a beloved's beard. That's a refined devilish thing. Why didn't I think of it myself? To torment a man not with sounds of war and patriotism, but the clumsy, heartfelt caterwauling of a species he despises, turning a love song into an instrument of pure, heart-wrenching agony. Brilliant. Well, still your idea for the future. Hey, at least credit me. And finally, the witch. In a classic giant hat, under which you could easily fit another witch. She tried a different approach. Seduction. She attempted to charm me, to gain my trust, to become my spouse. A fatal miscalculation. She didn't consider the fact that I never trusted big cats, or people. Especially when they both come, especially when both come hand in hand. I cannot read. And those who wear suspenders and a belt at the same time. A person who doesn't even trust their own pants certainly doesn't need to earn the trust of His Highness. He's getting sidetracked again. Then again, I don't trust His Highness either. I don't trust myself. Especially the left side of my brain. Especially on Thursdays. But back to hats. Oh god. I hate big hats too. They're such a pain to draw. You're my kindred spirit. Those hats are so pretentious, so self-assured. They block the view. They get stuck in doorways. And always a hint what that to wear. It's like, we started him on another ramble. Always hint that the wearer is compensating for something. Usually a lack of magical talent or a pitiful personality, and that's on a good day. You, my dear Sue, have impeccable taste in headwear and, consequently, in everything else. It's scientifically proven fact. Meanwhile, the witch was quite overt in her murderous intentions, jingling with all of her concealed weapons. Why does a witch need so many hidden blades? She must have been very, very bad at witchery. In any case, she now resides in my dungeon. And you see, I haven't decided what to do with her yet. You're noticing I have a type? What do you mean? What could you mean? Her fate is a blank slate, a story yet to be written, so I offer you the pen. I simply adore random choices. Give me yours, Shu. What punishment befits her? What, does he really want me to decide what to do with a real person? Can I even save her? Who said anything about saving? What does it matter if I choose? what I choose. Everything here follows his whims anyway, but as long as I play the circus monkey, I have a chance to get out of here alive. That was not my intention from the start. Maybe I should just entertain him. Yeah, damn, what should I do? Turn her into a hat. A small one. The one who lived by a big hat shall become a small hat. The irony is so absurd, it's beautiful. So be it. Let her be a small cat for fraternal regret. She tried to get into my head, and now she can barely cover it. I do believe that that is an appropriate punishment. A brilliant sentence. Something's missing from this tale. You never told me about the monster itself. Dear, who cares about these monsters anyway? I do. If monsters are the muck, then I'm the pig, you see. Hold on. Hold on. How eloquent. Alright, I must admit, this will be my first performance like this. Tyrion sounds a bit bewildered, it seems. Allow me to toss up my mind up and see how it lands. You see, the monster was originally much more modest and less majestic. But we all have to start from somewhere, right? Then my head suddenly became a bit crowded. First whispers, then arguments, then full-fledged discussions that had to be participated in, and involved inanimate objects. Guests ajar doors, closets, and even in cookie jars, every container a potential foe. And I was surrounded by containers. To be fair, sometimes they told funny stories. But why was I afflicted with this curse? Pondering it drives me mad, even more so. It seems the question is meant for me. I don't know what this means, but I'm gonna click it anyways. Ha! My noble soul, that's so mundane. But that's exactly what happened. You've guessed it. Hold on, I want to see what the other ones... No. Yeah, I see. It's all about rotten blood. Too pure. I beg your pardon. My great-grandfather issued it. Oh, no, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, no, buddy. My great-grandfather issued a decree forbidding death from old age, and a distant aunt believed a colony of sentient mold was living in her walls, claiming her inheritance. I know where we're going with this. But I always thought that I would be spared this fate. I had to be temporarily isolated to avoid embarrassing guests at royal balls, and with the young prince pointing at noble lords saying, "Haha, the gnomes finally got out from under my bed." Oh no, he's tragic too! No, he's pitiful! Now he's being pitiful, guys! What a misfortune for the entire family, except for those in line for the throne before me. My death would have solved many problems for my family, and indeed many of my own problems too. I made a decision. We made it, to be precise. There was already a whole council of us by then. Bless it. However, Chaos had other plans. A god, a goddess, a cosmic clerical error. I don't know. Something ancient and terribly bored found itself a new source of entertainment. It offered me a throne, my own corner of reality to rule, where fragments of my mind would become the laws of the land. No more restrictions or pants for my subjects if I wished. My subjects, at first, they disagreed, but then they came to terms, or their minds changed to fit the new realities. And here I am. A dramatic silence ensues. Perhaps I'm the first being to hear the story in centuries of his existence. I must choose my next words carefully. I'm gonna save. I know I can back up, but I I don't know. No cages. More like a playground with surprisingly silent infants. But I don't blame them. I have the best shovel. It's no wonder I embarrassed them so much. Or maybe it's because I love to create explosions. Tell me, have you ever been exploded? Oh no, don't tell me. Let it be a surprise. Do you really sympathize with someone who dragged you into his dimension to tell silly stories and feed you purple goo? People never cease to amaze me. Following a strange impulse, I reach out to his hand resting on the table. His gaze slowly follows my movement, lowering to our hands. This time, no commentary. Instead, his thumb begins to trace patterns on the back of my hand with surprising tenderness. The shadows finally dissolved into nothingness. I just turned a living being into a hat, or rather became the catalyst for it. I wonder what kind of nightmares are warranted in such a case. Yeah, no. Yeah, shoot. No, listen. Listen. I'm afraid royal duties will await me. Our time is up. I shall send you back, Shu. I rise from the chair. Ah! Sir. Sir, hey, wait a minute now. Hold on a minute now. Hold. And suddenly I feel him press against my back. One of his hands grips me just above the crook of my elbow, while the other gently rests under my chin, tilting my head back until my ear is just a couple centimeters from his lips. But don't think for a second that this is goodbye. It was merely an overture. His voice, usually so mocking and calm, now sounds eerily sinister. A cold thumb lightly strokes the line of my jaw. I try to suppress a shiver. You're a very interesting, incredibly curious guest, possibly the most curious one I've had in centuries. And I found that I don't want our acquaintance to end here. It's terribly unfair that you've learned a couple of my secrets and revealed so few of yours, isn't it? I can't tell if he's flirting or threatening. Both, maybe? Both. Both is good. A bird trapped in a cage of bills, failures, and endless anxiety. How high could you fly once the cage is opened? Your shift will end, the sun will rise, and you'll want to head home, perhaps onto something more elegant than a bus. Maybe in a carriage of polished bones. Sounds nice. We'll meet again, Shu, very soon. And next time, I won't let you go so quickly. I squeeze my eyes shut. The light is blinding even with my eyes closed. So unusual after all. Where's the tip jar? The jar is full of money. The jar is full of money. It was all worth it. Wait, I gotta remember how to do Bob's voice. Greetings, organism. How was your work progressing? I see the first transaction was successful. Acceptable. Also, Ditz, we've already come to the conclusion that everybody else has a normal, just me speaking, maybe a little bit of a little voice acting here and there, but with Bob, it's just this. He sounds like this. This doesn't save you from the threat of cleaning sanitary facilities, but it's a wonderful starting point for your entire tiny life. Oh my gosh, she's so excited. Even more successful! The client tried to fill the entire station with money, probably due to an extreme affection for you, organism. Unfortunately, the terms of intergalactic treaty do not allow such actions. Tips exceeding the amount set by the council by approximately, I'm not saying that, were disintegrated to my great regret. To my regret as well. So a mad god from another world likes me. In some sense, that's possibly worse than not being liked at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm pretty happy with this conclusion. Can I quit? Work is going well, sir. Excellent! Maintain this level of productivity. You may be rewarded with an additional 5-minute feeding break for if you can find food. Rejoice in my generosity! Continue working. I am experiencing a positive emotional reaction. I am proud of you, and I will be even prouder if you acquire even more currency. Wait, I accidentally scrolled back. There we go. Your tactic of jesting carefree organism is clearly paying off. May, where are you? I'm gonna let you choose this real quick. Do we flirt with Bob real quick? You're gonna go with the top one. Your comment regarding the shine of my appendages is noted, organism. The secret is a meticulous regimen of polishing them with void, bib, okay, slime. Goodbye! There he goes. I love this game. Why is it not more popular? This is amazing. The humor in it is killing me. It's killing me in particular. I love this. We haven't even gotten to the 2 other options. How long have we been streaming? It's almost been an hour and a half. It's been an hour and a half, and we've only gotten through Bob and Darian. And I've already made my choice. But I'm assuming we're gonna have to go for the other 2 options as well. So this is interesting. Anyways. He slaps across the floor to his office. As soon as Bob's rhythmic wet slaps fade away, a deep silence descends on the station. One moment I'm in a surreal forest dining on purple goo with some mad god. A god who liked me so much that he offered me a ride back to his world in a carriage made of bones. I think that's pretty romantic. I don't know what you're saying. The next moment I'm being praised by a multi-eyed tentacled monster. Maybe these are just all my deathbed hallucinations. God, give me back my bills, my noodles, my arguments with strangers on the internet. I'm going insane. Some part of me enjoys these mad adventures. That'd be me 100%. I don't care. Listen, I am the cryptid where I live. So, if I was put in a situation like this, I can't say that I wouldn't freak out a little bit, but I'd definitely be like, okay, this is life now. This is just happening. I might as well enjoy it, because that's just how I have to deal with everything that happens around me. Just like, for instance, just waking up and hearing my cabinets being opened and been shut, and it's just my house ghost getting in an argument with somebody that's decided to a new ghost that decided that wants to like situate, and that my house ghost like no leave, goodbye. I couldn't tell if I was half dreaming when it happened or if it was like the cats maybe that was in doing it, but that's the only thing I could think of when I kept hearing the cabinet doors like shut like the other night. I was like, what is happening? Okay. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Disgusting. Now I have to deal with that too. In the midst of my contemplation, terrifying sounds emanate from my boss's office. Unfair bills! Unacceptably large numbers! Of course, what else could upset him so much if not that? Okay, we're about to go to ads, so I'm gonna run ads, and I'm actually gonna fix my setup so you guys can see more of the words too. So there'll be that. We'll be bright black. And I need more water. And I need more water. Let's see. Let me figure out, what if I did this little number and just placed it over the thing? Would that make it better? A little bit, but what if I duplicated it real quick as well? And then I did that. And then I'm gonna do this little number, except I'm gonna crop it. A little bit more. Right about there? Ish. I need to do this in a different way. Hold on. Let's do it from the left and go 400. No, it's gonna need to be more. 600. That'll work. And then we'll just move that over here. And then we move that under this way. And then boom. Now you guys are gonna be able to fucking see it. Oh no, it didn't crop it enough. Okay. Let me let me crop it more. No, I don't want to go to filters. Stop that. Where am I putting this? Here? Yeah. Okay. That works. That's much better. Now you guys can actually see what's going on. Okay. And we're back. Hi. I'm gonna go get water real quick. I spent the whole time trying to fix the thing where it's not blocking the text. So, I need water. I'm gonna go get that. I'll be right back. Poe, you must remove thyself from this room. You are not to be trusted, cat. I don't trust you. Okay, there she went. I have snack. I have snack, and I have other snack next. I gotta fish out of the... Oh no! No! Never mind, I can't eat that. Shit. I'm gonna have to, take a trip over to my neighbor's house today and beg for more sourdough. I knew I should have ate it more quickly because she said it was gonna go bad soon. expect it to be so fast. No, my sourdough molded. I have to go over there like a beggar and beg for more bread. Please, can I have some more? At least I have my cheese. Okay. Steps. Another visitor. This one decided to come in through the door for a change. He seems unwell. I hope he doesn't knock over my shelves of shampoo with jojoba oil and delicate lilies on his way. Oh my god! He's not just unwell, he looks like hell. Literally, all the skin on his left side is torn off from his jaw to his temple. I swallowed nervously. What kind of meat grinder has this guy been through? He looks like someone who could rip me apart if he doesn't like what he hears. I need to be careful if I don't want to become his next victim. You look like the Terminator at the end of the second movie, buddy. The Terminator who just wrecked my entire floor. Give him a thumbs up. I love that. Why is the game funny? Why is the game funny, guys? How is life, sir? Well, it's hard to imagine how the other fighter looks. When will the Lord take my sinful soul? Break down in tears. You don't want to work here anymore. Which one is the fun? I love the give him a thumbs up. Ditz, I'm gonna let you take this one. Anything but the bottom one. I personally love the first one, but I kind of want to go with the second one too. So between those two, what are you thinking? Two? Yeah, we're thinking the same. How's life, sir? Fucking awesome. Like a fairy tale. Thanks for asking. Let me try and do a voice for this guy. He dramatically... Well, I can go back. It's fucking awesome. Like a fairy tale. Thanks for asking. He would dramatically light a cigarette and stare into the void right now, but it doesn't seem he doesn't have the strength for that anymore. But clearly he wants to. I do too, even considering that I don't smoke. This profession is gonna drive me crazy one day. We're already there. We're already there. Words clearly come to him with great difficulty, which is probably not surprising for a man without half of a face. He clears his throat, but that doesn't help much. Oh god. Oh, he's kind of cute though. Look at him. I need blood. He tried to smile. It would be charming if he had all the necessary muscles for that. Now it'll haunt me in my nightmares, among other things. A client pauses again briefly to clear his throat. Let me see what we have. Yeah. Good choice, sunshine. Step to the storage. Not just in case. He suddenly leans forward, boring into me with his remaining eye. Go and find me some goddamn blood. Go and find the damn blood. A strange pressure builds in my head, and the edges of my visions blur. An unyielding command blossoms in the center of my mind. I don't know why, but I feel an incredibly strong urge to find blood, right now. My client is covered in blood, but still hungry. Maybe he thought was something edible, or is it his own? I found myself in a storeroom, a tangled labyrinth of shelves reaching up to the ceiling, stuffed with boxes, crates, and mysterious cans. In the corner, something rustled and snorted suspiciously. So where could the blood be? I need to think fast, or he's not gonna wait forever. Right now, I'm at the very beginning of this crazy place. Okay. Go to the food for mouth section. Go to the section supplies for self-propelling gearbox. Go to the section foamy leather bags. Items that inspire pensiveness. Food for mouth section. These signs are driving me insane. I really hope my manager will eventually learn English properly. I'm surrounded by pure madness of anxious packaging. Even in front of the department entrances, there's some baby food for cyborgs piled up. I'm frantically trying to decipher the crooked inscriptions. All in front of me are the sections with food for mouth. Food afraid of heat, infused nutritional flows, dense energy blocks for chewing. Here are endless shelves of drinks. Next to Coca-Cola are a bottle labeled Liquid Regret and Primordial Broth, now with nucleotides. Cans labeled Brapsy, Vodka, Sonetco. I'd love to meet the person who came up with these names. I check. Nice pat on the back. Get Dev. Check each shelf, pushing cans aside of essence of shits and giggles. I need that. Give me that. Are you kidding me? If I saw that, I'd pocket that in my back pocket so quickly. But find nothing resembling blood. The closest thing is a liquid hematogen in a giant wooden container. It smells worse than it looks. I go back. I hear knocking. It's a dry, rhythmic tapping of knuckles on laminated countertop. It's not loud, but it's persistent and full of irritation. In front of me are sections with food for mouth. Guess this. This aisle is crammed with chips, pasta, and crackers, with all the usual stuff if you don't look too closely. Doritos, crystallized whales, cans of peas huddled together as I pass by another shelf, nervously glancing around. I quickly scan the shelves. There's no blood here unless you count. I need to go back. Maybe it's about regeneration or something else, but he seems better because I hear impatient. Right now he's fidgeting. I can't sit. It's anxiety. I don't like where the anxiety can lead him. I need to hurry. In front of me. Okay, food afraid of heat. The coldest. Large freezer chest and refrigerator. If it's in this one. You can find flavors. Oh my god, a huge freezer chamber. Matter of lesser life forms. Spare parts of human organisms. Product of animal fauna with exploitation with fruit pieces. Matter of lesser life. Spare parts of human organisms. Kevin. Take blood of human organism, Kevin. Taste fulfilled dreams and unwind. Help. Take blood of human organism, Kevin. Taste of unfulfilled dreams and unwarranted expectations. Take blood of human organism, homeless. High content of cheap alcohol and tuberculosis. Take blood of human organism, Michael. Taste of efficient resources and artifact accumulation. I guess that one. The blood in this jar has a rich, almost glowing ruby hue. It looks healthy and full of energy. Michael, whoever you are, you were on top. Champion's blood flowed through you. You were probably something like an energy drink for the undead. And yet here you are, in a jar. There's something to ponder. He abruptly lifts his head as I approach. You could have hurried up. He grumbles, but his tone reveals that he feels relief. The search could have taken even longer. Now hand over that damn blood. He finishes the jar and then grimaces. Ugh, for crying out loud. What the hell is in this crap? He reads the note on the jar. Michael. Well, you were a lucky guy, Michael. Too bad I can't kill him a second time. Tastes like a happy family, a successful career, a retirement account, and this jerk probably never even had cockroaches. At least he's now Liquid Michael in a jar. He chuckles quietly. Yeah, there's something to that. Cool now that you found human blood. Cool that you found human blood. Good job. You're sharp. Glad to please you, sir, and glad you no longer want to eat me. Feel free to ask. What did he say? Good. You're sharp. Feel free to ask. It took longer to get to the rat. He gives me a crooked smile from his newly restored roguelike face. I'm gonna wash my dirty face. Don't get bored. While he's not there, I have a perfect opportunity to wipe away the blood stains. I'm just scrubbing a pool of blood on my first day of work. An interesting story for Reddit. A wonderful tale. I'm doing just fine. Nobody's eaten me. Oh, hey, he is cute. Look at him. He's like he's got a biker vibe to him. Look at him. He's cute. He's looking so much fresher with the second half of his face, although his expression still resembles that of a constipated owl. I love that. I'll just stand here for a while, okay? Take a little break. Besides, there's nobody here with you right now. And just so you know, if you try to contact the werewolves, I'll take your head and crush it like a walnut. I don't doubt it. When did you introduce yourself as David? Hi, David. I'm David, by the way. Sometimes I just need a hush. Sometimes I just need a hush. I'm David, by the way. A vampire, as you may have already guessed. What an interesting way to start an acquaintance, especially that part about the walnut. I'm Crystal. Like champagne. No. Nice to meet you, Shu. Okay, Shu. I knew a Shu once. He used to trade kidneys at Venice Beach. That was me! That was me. You know, that sounds like something I'd do. And they were a good one until they got packed up. He's trying to provoke me, deliberately sharing dirty details of his life to see how uncomfortable I can get. I suppose I'm also selling some kidneys now. Check the catalog. Yes, exactly 10 categories. No kidneys. A catalog? Do you seriously have a catalog? He leans forward, genuinely intrigued, peering into the catalog. Gremlin kidneys? Is that a delicacy? Why does it say both delicacy and fuel and animal venom? Dude, I don't know. I'm just as confused as you. I don't know. I don't really know anything. I'm scared. It's because it's a universal product. Want some? I'm gonna continuing to be myself here. I do. Looks like I found my best customer for the day. I am curious though. What would it happen if I had said this? You're pretty lousy seller. Yeah. Okay. Now I have a vampire here and he's regenerating. Wonderful. The main thing is not to accidentally blurt out something wrong. I need to be friendly. I need to be friendly. Are you sure you're a vampire and not a chupacabra? They drink blood too. Since when do vampires wear leather jackets? Don't you guys prefer capes and ruffles anymore? Thanks for not eating me, David. In reality, you're still shaken by what just happened. Say nothing, silently wipe the counter. None of these options are what I want to do. I'm gonna say this one. Ruffles, what the hell is that? I'm no Ruffles. What is that? Some French insult? What the hell? What kind of question is that? Okay, maybe we should just be nice. He lets out a quiet chuckle. The guy clearly expects people to be afraid of him. He might have looked lost when he first arrived here, but now seeing my fear, he obviously feels right at home. Hey, it's not over yet. No, you're too bony. I'm sure you'd love to eat all that cheap crap like instant noodles. Hey, 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 hey. People like that. Their blood's just not tasty. Only if there's nothing more interesting in that blood. So you don't like gluten and cholesterol. They're the tastiest things in the world. So, sir, let's get one thing straight. I am not food, and I am not for sale. So, does alcohol affect vampires too, and other things? Shrug. I can't get a read on this guy. This is not, I can't just be myself anymore. This stinks. Not even for 20 bucks? No. Well, 20 bucks is... Well, 20 bucks is 20 bucks. The next time I'll drop by next time I'm hungry. Try not to eat burgers that day. I hate cholesterol. Who would have thought this grim guy would be a health enthusiast? Doesn't go well with that faint smell of alcohol wafting off that jacket. I am not romancing this guy. I'm just surviving. And I'm trying to hit the right answers, and I'm just not doing it. The spell is so faint that the place will probably need to be aired out for a whole week afterward. David slightly grimaces as he moves his hand. Damn mutts. Probably not all the wounds have healed completely. And does being a vampire doctor fall under my duties? I think Bob said it was mandatory. point at wound, let me help. He looks at me skeptically. The offer of help is probably so foreign and unexpected to him that he leaves him momentarily dumbfounded. You, what? You want to play nurse? A flicker of confusion is replaced by something more intense. It's just a couple of scratches and a piece of ass that will grow back on its own. I'm fine. Hey, took a bite out of your ass? I'm sorry, dude. Maybe don't shake it in front of him like that. If you don't let yourself be treated, my boss will lock us both in a dimensional horror. We'll be cleaning toilets before for 2,000 years. I see. You're afraid of doctors, huh? Such a tough guy. So yeah, scared of being treated. You mentioned werewolves. It's probably not just a scratch. Let me try to help. I can't get a read on this guy. I swear. I give him a chance to save face. Now we're treating him not because he's a wimp, because he survived an epic battle, a direct blow to his ego. The guy immediately starts puffing up with pride. His eyes light up. Aha, I hope I didn't catch rabies. I decide to remain silent about how he's already pretty rabid. 4 against 1 in a narrow alley, you know. There's a myth about werewolves being damn noble, unlike us bloodsuckers. Wow, that's a load of crap. One of them was hiding in a trash can, ready to jump out at me. My heart would have definitely stopped dead even if it still beat. It would have just ripped apart from a freaking heart attack. I'm afraid I'll never be able to take out the trash again without fearing for my life. Oh, we're saying that. I'm afraid I'll never be able to take out trash again without fearing for my life. Judging by that distant look, he's plagued by flashbacks of what he's been through. David awkwardly moves his uninjured arm. Alright, hand over your first aid kit. I'm sure this won't be the last pack I'll have to take down. There are way too many stray dogs around these days. Damn you. Go ahead. Get out your band-aids with Dr. Chocula or whatever it is you're selling. Oh, hey! He shreds his jacket, shirt, and t-shirt and then settles on a squeaky stool next to the counter. Hey, we get to play nurse. I'm supposed to be off of work right now, but okay. He's about to face a serious trial, staying in a vulnerable position for a few minutes. For some reason, cruel fate hasn't made him claw-proof. Eat another thing of teas. He certainly looked like he was just thrown into a blender. You looked away for 2 minutes. Yeah, look, we got a shirtless vampire on screen. Hello? And now he's shirtless? Hello? Yeah, we're playing Nurse May. He's a big tough guy. He keeps acting tough, but I guarantee you, he's just a big old puppy dog. Yes, he's a vampire. Yes, May. This is Maybait. It is Maybait. He's acting like a big old tough guy. And the way that I got him to sit down and let me do this is we had to inflate his ego to make him think it was his idea the whole time. This game has everything. It has shoe bait. It has Maybait. I wonder what the third one is going to be. If the third one is going to be like any type of reptile at all, then it's immediately going to be the trifecta, because then it's going to be Ditz Bay. Judging by those bullet scars, he has quite the interesting past, or maybe he was attacked by werewolf cowboys with guns. Most likely the former, though. By the way, I didn't know that corpses have doctors too. I thought only the doctor available to me now was the coroner. I'm rummaging through the necromancy kit that was sitting under the counter. I love how we're acting like we know what we're doing. This is our first day on the job. It's a heavy military-style metal box with a faded label reading, Kit for Alternatively Living Organisms. Inside, besides standard bandages, there are some strange items. Silver tweezers, vials of thick glowing liquid, additional fingers, and of course an instruction manual. A cheap laminated brochure stained with something that looks like coffee. In the instructions, the first point states, determine whether you're dealing with a zombie. Ask your alternatively living subject if they ever wanted to eat someone's brain. Clearly not a zombie. Move on to the next point. He glances skeptically at the pictures flashing in the instructions as I flip it over. I also would be concerned if I was in his position, not gonna lie. You imagine, let me help you, let me help treat you in your wounds, get you to sit down. You're like in a vulnerable position, and you see the person that says they want to help you flipping through an instruction manual. Zombies, necromancers, abominations made of bone, flesh, cabbage, and swirl in front of his face like mesmerizing kaleidoscope. And all of this lives in the city sewers? I don't know how you're gonna use the bathrooms now. It would be great if he didn't notice that. Why do I have to deal with all this? I steal a glance at my visitor. I wonder if werewolves just clawed him up or if he managed to kill someone too. My instincts, something out of a Stone Age, suggest that he could have. The guy has a killer's gaze. Hold on. You see someone like him in an alley, your hand automatically reaches for your wallet and your phone. I lower my eyes. Next point, let's establish the nature of the injuries. What kind of wounds could werewolves leave? It seems that the damage was psychological. Tell me about your tragic past, as it says in the handbook. It's obviously the first one. David listens to this with the pride of a true soldier. Every word feels like a medal for valor. Something like that. He said as if he didn't care, but I know better. Stroke his ego, add at the end, wounds from a real rabid beast, buddy. Shake your head, you really need to stop with these fights. They won't lead to anything good. I'm gonna do it for you, May. I'm dying of laughter. He chuckles happily, trying to hide a glimmer of pride behind humor, but I won't be fooled. David is no longer just a wounded sucker. He's a true gladiator, having survived a battle with rabid beast. Absolutely epic. I love my... From my point of view, I feel like I'm patronizing him, and that's okay. I read for what medication I need and grab regenerating extract for alternatively living life forms. I cannot speak. Now all that is left is to apply this stuff. I dip my fingers in the jar and... He subtly grabs my hand. Do something wrong and I'll rip your tonsils out for your ass. Why specifically through the ass? Say in a calm, icy tone, allow me to do my job, sir. I will be extremely careful. If you touch me, my boss will rip your soul out of your ass. You know, you have fantastic talent for coming up with threats. You should write scripts for action movies. No way. I'm just a pathetic, miserable, harmless cashier. I'm gonna do this one. Well, I suppose it's just a matter of experience. Probably. And you, well, watch what you're doing, or there'll be consequences. It seems he just heard the best compliment of his life. I apply this black goo to his wound. A puff of steam rises from the wound, and the air starts to smell like something is frying. It's probably very painful, but David remains calm. Not a single complaint, which is surprising. I hope it's not from your squid manager. Well, we all hope for that, buddy. Pour a little more goo on him. Restore some justice. Be more careful. Be more careful. My movements become slow and deliberate. I do everything cautiously, barely touching the skin around the wound, allowing him to get used to the sting. I can see the tense muscles in his back and shoulders relax slightly. He's still wound up, but relief is starting to wash over him. We're gonna treat him like the baby he is. Naturally, no thank yous or pleases from him, but at least he's no longer threatening to do something to my ass every 5 seconds. Something tells me somebody in chat is a little disappointed about that. Moving on. Distracted with conversation. You know, David, every noble knight needs someone to tend his wound after great battles. And need to stop laughing at my own jokes. Finish your dark work in silence. I'm gonna do this one. What are you talking about? What night? What battles? I fought in an alley stinking of urine against a bunch of dirty werewolves for territory on the outskirts of this godforsaken city. They tore my pants, and I had to take a new pair off a junkie who was lying in a puddle nearby. What am I? A knight of what? The knight of torn pants? Well, as long as they're not stained. Well, you get it. You are a wolfhound knight. Say with the pomp of a medieval wizard. I don't know which one to choose here. I'm gonna say this one. Oh, go to hell. David says, almost affectionately, it seems we're making progress in our relationship. I finish up. Surprisingly, the wounds are really healing. I am sweating in this freaking blanket. The scars won't... I'm sorry, David. With your shirt being off and everything, for some reason it's starting to get real steamy in this freaking office. Oh gosh, I think it got warm outside or something and the sun's starting to beam through. Anyways, I finish up. Surprisingly, the wounds are really healing. The scars won't beautify this man. Well, I think that's the wrong word for that, maybe? Why are you doing all this? The question is asked in an astonishingly serious tone. He's driving me crazy, even more than that clown from earlier saying, no. Why? He wants some tips, and to go home and play Sims and watch stupid shows. I just want to help. Truth. You're an angel of mercy from the dirty gas station. These are my work obligations. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't bother with you. I just want to help. I do just want to help, actually. Why? David is confused, and his system of beliefs action always equals benefit. I'm throwing a wrench into this flawless, long-running mechanism. I can't watch someone suffer. Let's just say I have a certain... This game and the choices you could make kill me. I can't watch someone suffer. Wow, God bless your noble heart. He shifts awkwardly. Clearly he's uncomfortable and unaccustomed to being the object of compassion, so he immediately hides behind yet another sarcastic comment. This man can't take affection seriously. He blocks it. He doesn't know how to take it. He's struggling. He's struggling. What can I do? I feel sorry for every little kitten on the street. Sometimes I even feel... What is that? I just got something. Hold on. Why is this still on here? But what can I do? I feel sorry for every little kitten on the street. Sometimes I even feel sorry for especially large, nasty, troublesome kittens. He is just a big old kitty, isn't he? He just a kitten. It must be tough living with someone like that, huh? I bet you have 40 cats living in your apartments and all of them are strays. No, I only have 3 and they're not strays. I keep them. David reads me like an open book. It's amazing that he can read it all. It's amazing that he can even read at all. What a comment. Most of the time, help isn't altruistic. People always want something in return. Money, a favor for you to take them off the hook. Helping people for no reason is like throwing shit against the wind. I mean, he's not wrong, but like, it's not for no reason. It's so that I can fulfill my own moral obligations in the world and not feel like a shitty person later and regret it. Ultimately, it is still selfish obligation, but it just goes to show that it still goes to show that you're a good person, because you being selfish is making sure everybody else is okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Unless you're a people pleaser, and in that case, you need to go to therapy. Alright, moving on. Screw this. I honestly don't care what's going on in your head. You don't want to be in here, buddy. There's too many clowns. There's too many clowns in here. It would scare you. This is the most unconvincing lie I've ever heard in my life. He clears his throat. Thank you. What, am I hearing things? I thought he didn't know such words. I'm even afraid to breathe so I don't scare off this rare, not exotic, display of politeness. He says that word as if he's pronouncing it for the first time in his life. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the case. Just a couple more seconds and he's back in front of the counter. So the client is fed, clean, and healed, and yet he's still here, not putting any money on the counter, and the tip jar is lacking. I look at him. He's supposed to be full of energy, but instead he looks lost. David is deep in thought, in that dark, gloomy little place that occupies his mind. Are you planning to pitch a tent here? Can I do anything else for you, sir? Have you decided to eat me after all? This isn't the best place to crash, buddy. There's a vampire hotel 2 blocks down. Let's see. I'm gonna go with this one. David snorts, hearing the impatience in my voice. What? Already tired of my company, sugar? I leave when I want to leave, and I don't want to yet. Not him calling us sugar. I'm curious about one thing. I haven't talked to a regular human in a long time. I wonder by regular human, does he mean my extremely natural essence? I'm no vampire, werewolf, or thieving gnome. Speak for yourself. Or does he mean my lack of criminal record and absence of drug or alcohol dependency? Maybe he's looking for the perspective of an ordinary worker, a working class person, a gray collar. Does your face always look that funny when you're thinking about something? Leave me alone! I don't even get a chance to respond to his jab before he follows up. Let's conduct an experiment. Suppose you're now a free vampire, able to go wherever you want, do whatever you want. Where would you go? He looks at me expectantly. Oh, okay, so we can just ask all this then? What kind of superpowers do vampires have? A whole lot. We're practically a superhero league. I'm sure it never crossed your mind that in reality, bloodsuckers can be way scarier than in sappy movies for girls. Looks like he watched Twilight. Interesting. Do you not sparkle in the sunlight? Some of us not only drink human blood, but also capture people to experiment on them. They turn human bodies into real nightmares of flesh and bones. I can't. Couldn't even imagine. And they're vampire sorcerers that can rip your soul out of your body and make you work for them for eternity. Literally. So like demons. More like demons than like vampires. Seems like I've already have one of those sorcerers. His name is Bob. He's currently checking his bills. There he is. I wonder what inner strength it took David not to flinch. And there's those that can make your head explode, literally, with just a glance. But not all of us are such wicked bastards. We don't even have to kill a person to eat. Just drink a little and sit up gorging yourself like a pig at the trough. But some don't care. They just drain all the blood and splash it everywhere. The forensic team is baffled why a person turned into a sprinkler before dying. He seems to enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. He's so egotistical. And which of these do you have? We got a decent list of what I can do. I'm not complaining. Imagine it. You never get tired. You party all night long. Fuck all night long. You really had to include that in there, didn't you? He really had to include that one little bit in there. He's just gonna slide that comment right in there. You're stronger than 10 thugs combined. Well, except for 10 werewolf thugs. That might take some effort. Clearly. If you want to shrink down and fly somewhere, you can turn into a tiny bat. Your reflexes become 100 times sharper. That sounds like a nightmare. That sounds like a nightmare. I am someone who purposely does not wear their contacts if I don't currently need to be able to have normal sight and have to drive anywhere. I don't wear my contacts because it's too overwhelming to be able to see clearly. Having my senses and my reflexes go 100 times sharper sound like an absolute nightmare. No, thank you. You can hear a rat piss a block away. I don't want to hear what rats are up to. Oh lord, dude, that's just an idiom. You can ignore it if you want. All vampires would go insane if that was true. Not him making fun of me. Do I look like a madman? Politely, I decide to stay silent. He continues. Finally, you can make people do whatever you want. Absolutely anything. Stay silent, let them continue. It's one thing to scare someone shitless, they give in and avoid being harmed. It's another when they act with full confidence is what they want. They don't even realize that they're vampire pawns now. Yes, I think I get it. He pulled that trick on me too. David smiles, but this time the smile is strained. There are words of someone stuck in a web of artificial connections and ass-related threats. Ass-related threats. Fear and supernatural compulsion aren't the best foundations for a strong friendship. I can enchant friends for myself, wonderful. Or maybe make someone give me their wallet. He lets out a quiet chuckle. Well, not exactly friends, more like underlings. You can hatch all sorts of cunning plans with human politicians or we'll pay no rent. The last part sounds like music to my ears. He seems to enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. I'm gonna go back. Why did you watch Twilight? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't watch emo crap. How did you know it was emo crap? I hold a dramatic pause. David looks like a cornered animal. He stares at the floor from the ceiling, but anywhere but at me. He finally lets out a loud sigh filled with disappointment and embarrassment. Oh, fine, damn it. Alright, I've watched everything. All Twilight movies. Watched The Lost Boys, Interview with the Vampire, Blade. The idiot who bit me didn't explain anything before the basics, like don't go out in the sun, you little punk. I thought maybe these stupid movies had a clue, you know, hidden in all that silly romance and melodrama. Most of it turned out to be bullshit. I read legends, search for info online. As you can imagine, all supernatural beings try to not give themselves away, but sometimes you still stumble upon bits and pieces. Or crazies. One or the other. My favorite, by the way, was From Dusk Till Dawn. Too bad vampires don't explode in real life. You still haven't told me if you sparkle like Edward Cullen in the sun. Hold back. Hold back. I told me he's probably gonna kill us if we keep doing that. What weaknesses will I have? Well, no more tanning. No reflection in mirrors. If you were ugly before, it's actually a bonus, right? You can enter without an invitation. Garlic doesn't scare you either. Holy water is trickier, depending on the situation. A steak works, but piercing your chest would be quite the challenge. What if someone dumped the whole bag of rice in front of you? What then? Piercing any part of you is quite the challenge, actually. Your skin is like steel, unless a particularly persistent werewolf comes along. Well, at least you can enter without an invitation. No need for unnecessary chit-chat with people. David looks at me expectantly. And who are you before the bite? He opens his mouth ready to tell me off or mention something about butts again, but he stops himself. Probably his thank you sealed our fragile friendship. I'll tell you, but it's probably not relevant. Well, it's nothing. I was nobody. I was surviving as everything went to hell, unlike all those bastards born with a silver spoon up their ass. You ever see those happy American families in TV commercials? They sit at the table with a bowl of salad, smiling like idiots, and they always have a dog. Well, that wasn't my case. My stepdad was a crazy guy who thought the best birthday gift was to smack on the head. He did teach me how to shoot properly, though. I left my family dump early. It's really dumb, but I thought I'd start a band and become a rock star. Oh, he's that guy. But as they say, wish with one hand, shit in the other. See which one fills up faster. At first, I worked wherever I could, but then I found some guys to do some shady stuff with. There aren't many ways to make a living in Los Angeles area. Can't exactly work the cash register, right? Meanwhile, David jabs again, but without malice. The antisocial environment made him resentful of the middle and upper classes, but it hasn't affected me yet. I wonder why. Yeah, being a gangster would be cool, doing gangster things, riding motorcycles. Hey, working the cash register isn't so bad. It would even be better without customers like you. Make no comment. That's it. That's the whole story. What about you? Oh, Lord, this is my chance to make up something cool or just tell it like it is. I have a single-parent family and an art degree, and no dog. Tell the truth. He listens how I ended up in this dump about my job search and everything else. I didn't sell any drugs in alleyways, but it seems we still find some common ground. Got it. You're not in your element. David truly understands neither he nor I wanted to end up where we are. Neither one of us knows what to do next. We're about to start ads, and I'm gonna go to the Be Right Back stream. So we'll be back here soon. This game is lasting a lot longer than I thought it was gonna. If I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I thought that this would be like a quick little visual novel, fun little thing, but this is jammed fucking pack. Oh, we haven't even gotten to the third option yet. Anytime now, ads. Hello? It says we're starting, and it's still just starting. Hello? Hello? Are you gonna, this is why I always end up hitting the button early, so it doesn't do this shit, and I'm just sitting here waiting the whole time. Yeah? Yeah, Twitch, yeah? Yeah, Twitch? Any moment now, I could have done more there it goes. Okay, I got more water and stuff. I'm just taking a moment to talk about, I just saw, like, I looked at something, and it was mentioning how, like, somebody was talking about, thank God, like, I live in a gated community, blah, 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 this and that, and everything. We'll never get door-to-door people, and there was, like, comments underneath it. It's like, you're still gonna get them. You're still gonna get them. And as someone who lives in god-awful nowhere, like, just out, like, you have to struggle and really be determined to find the houses out here. I still, like, twice have had door-to-door people somehow manage to find my home and knock on my front door, one of which was a Jehovah's Witness. And it's like, I'm sorry. I did tell that person off and tell them to never come back. I did, in fact, go off on that person. Because it's the exact reason why I live in the middle of nowhere. Because I don't want people coming up to my door and doing that. The other person was a census person, which was like a whole nother thing. Like, man, the government's still really coming out here to check on me. Damn. But that annoyed me. I don't like people doing that kind of stuff. Because it's just like, man, most of the time they're very, very persistent. Very persistent and very annoying, and when I'm at home, I don't want to talk to people. So I get livid when it happens. Hello, welcome back, everybody else. Anyways, we're gonna move on. And we both love cheap noodles, but he can't eat them anymore. I win! I don't know about that. You must be tired of those draw me requests, huh? I'll draw you. Oh, like a French girl? He tries to look nonchalant, but his eyes show he's interested. Go ahead. I love beautiful doodles. He says the word doodles with such a strange tenderness that it sounds more like a compliment than an insult. I pick up a pencil. Draw him as he is. Wow, what a face. Almost forgot what I look like. Bags under my eyes like a junkie. Silence hangs in the air while David examines the drawing. He clearly doesn't know how to react to this. Oh yeah, because he can't look at his own reflection, so he hasn't been able to see himself in a good while. He doesn't know how to react to this unexpected little act of normalcy. Looks cool. Last words are spoken in barely audible, almost reverent whisper, unlike anything I've ever heard from him before. 2 simple words, said with all the sincerity this guy can muster. I can do something too. David takes the pencil from me and with deep concentration, almost sticking out his tongue. Oh, no, that's really cute, actually. He's trying so hard. He's so awkward. He came in. I knew this is what was gonna happen. He came in. He's such a tough guy, acting like such a tough guy. Like he's a tough bug. And the moment someone shows him just even the slightest bit of kindness, now he's incredibly awkward and doesn't know how to interact with it. He's like, he doesn't know how to be genuine, and he's trying his best. He's trying his best. Is that supposed to be us? That's cute. A few minutes later, a drawing appears before me. I never would have thought this guy was capable of that. Wow, beautiful. He clears his throat, embarrassed. Nothing special, just a doodle. I was into it a bit when I was a kid, comics and all that stuff, nothing serious. I take the drawing for myself. Alright, where were we? We've gotten sidetracked. Okay, do we want to get to know him even more? A lot of things depend on who exactly turned me into a vampire. Who vamped you? That's such a weird way to say it. He doesn't answer right away, just furrows his brows. Long minutes pass in silence. Some old stinking jerk. A lot is mixed into those 4 words. It's as if he both hates and mourns the old jerk. Probably that guy wasn't a contender for Father of the Year. I wait for him to continue, but he remains silent. He looks like an angry cornered dog. It's unlikely he'll speak up on his own. Quick save. What did your old stinking jerk do? Don't call him that, damn it. Don't you dare. The rage in his eyes shifts to confusion just for a brief moment before he looks away. I mean, yeah, call him whatever you want, including the old stinking jerk. Bless it. So what did he do? That jerk suffered from power seizures. That's all there is to say about him. No amount of booze could erase what that damn villain did in my memory. I suppose old vampires are like that. It seems he won't tell me more about his vampire dad. He looks at me expectantly. Yeah, a lot of people think about that at first. But it's a bad idea to leave a trail of bodies to people who you were somehow connected to. And your head quickly fills with other things like, well, the fact that you're dead and it's forever. Got it. He looks at me expectantly. I'm ready to tell you my decision. He leans in a little closer when suddenly we hear a wolf howling. Oh no! I don't even have time to blink before David vanishes. Now he's a little bat hiding behind the couch. May, if you're not looking, look. Look at... Hold on, I need to move. Oh my god. He's being covered up. Hold on a second. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at him. Look at him. Why does he look like that? Oh my god, look at him. Oh. This game is gonna kill me. Oh my god. Listen up. Don't say anything about me. I'll sit tight and behave, or you'll feel incredibly shitty. I really would. No, look at this. He's so mad. Oh, I thought his glasses were his freaking eyebrows. No, those are sunglasses. Oh, those are his shades. Oh, he looks so angry now. Trust me, if you rat me out to that mud, I'll find a way to get out and twist your head off. Dude, I'm not gonna snitch on you. Don't worry about it. The threat in his voice is completely lacking, mostly because his voice now comes from a very small, though angry bat. Werewolf. A werewolf is about to come in here now. Oh god! A creature steps inside. Oh, he's just a big boy! Look at him! He's just a big boy! Good evening, Chief. A low rumbling past, surprisingly calm and friendly. Can I pet you? Jay? Don't get me wrong, I'm kind of on duty, tracking the supernatural. He looks around nervously. Alright, you can't, but just a little. I still have important business. I can't believe it. Let us pet him. We get to pet the dog. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh, God. Okay, at first it's barely noticeable movement, but then his short, fluffy tail starts to wag slowly but confidently side to side. He's a very good boy. A very, very big but good boy. He deserves praise. I am Princess Mononoke of this gas station, although David doesn't seem thrilled. He's so mad. I love this game. I am Princess Mononoke of the gas station, although David doesn't seem thrilled. I pulled my hand back. Thank you, Chief. It's been a while since I've been. Anyway, thank you. So, getting back to my purpose of my visit. Apologies for the sudden intrusion, Edward. You can call me Eddie. We're chasing down a certain pest. I haven't seen a vampire around here by chance, and you're a bit young, big scruffy, wearing a leather jacket. You see, here's the story. One of our packs nearly took out a vampire sire and his offspring a few hours ago. It was a tough battle. We suffered losses. We tried to track them and found one of them, well, more like a pile of ash where he once lay. It seems like one bloodsucker off the other and when he was weakened. Their family values are quite lacking. Seems patricide has occurred. David didn't tell me anything about it. Probably that's why he had all those questions about vampirism. He was trying to get advice on where to go next after killing his creator, but in a completely idiotic way. You see, Chief, vampires are like parasites on the body of our society. They drink blood like mosquitoes, but unlike mosquitoes, they kill their victims by draining them dry. They languish in boredom with their immortality, and thus destroy human destinies, play with them, torment them, and derive a semblance of Look at him, he's so angry. Semblance of pleasure from their suffering. They're devoid of true feelings. That's a lie. I look at David, devoid of any feelings. He's shaking all over. He's scared, the baby. I would be extremely grateful for any help. Blackmail. Don't give David away. Just don't give him away. That bastard threatened me 5 minutes ago, but he's small, trembling, and helpless. He's my bastard. I force a smile and say I haven't seen anything. A quite peaceful night. He examines me closely. He's probably catching a faint scent of blood, but my calm demeanor throws him off. Huh, strange. Well, okay, if he shows up, just give a whistle. We won't far away from here. Good night, Chief. The werewolf goes off to his important wolf business. David crawls out from his hiding spot. You could have turned me in. He stares into my eyes as if trying to peer into my soul and understand what it's made of. And that would have been the sensible decision. But I'm glad you're not one of those sensible ones. No, I haven't been sensible this whole time. David says this with genuine relief in his voice. He's grateful to me and now doesn't know quite what to do with that gratitude. You could tip me. So what's the answer to my question? What would you do if you were a vampire? His gaze reminds me of a lost fighting dog. Without a master, he's restless and can't find his place. What an advisor he picked. May the Lord help him. I take everything life has to offer. Travel, entertainment, new experiences. The world is full of wonders. When you're immortal, all the doors are open to you. He chuckles. Oh, still waters run deep and all that. Pity the road of adventure led you to a stinky gas station. Maybe you're right. The world isn't limited to this lousy town. He says this quietly, almost to himself, looking out the window at the dark, empty highway. And as if he just remembered, there's something beyond the cage of alleyways and gangland showdowns. Here, for future adventures. David's about to turn around and leave when he suddenly stops. He pulls a crumpled piece of paper from his pocket, scribbles a number on it, and leaves it on the table next to my hand. But just as I reach for it, his hand covers mine, pressing it to the table. His skin feels cold, rough from barely visible scars and blisters. The grave-like chills sharply contrast with the warmth of my own hand. I feel a slight tingling, like static electricity. Call me if you need a ride from work. I've got a couple of ideas for what we could do before dawn. See you. He says goodbye. Hey, he did leave us a tip. David says goodbye and leaves. The gas station sinks into absolute silence. Well, that was an interesting encounter. I really could have turned him in, but I didn't want to. Nice. For someone who's obsessed with ass-related frets, surprisingly, his hands are quite skilled. Now I also have a date invitation from a guy who wanted to make me his dinner half an hour ago. So we got that we can so now we have choices. We can either go with Durian or David. I don't even know what's worse, this or the offer to go home in a bone carriage. Though something tells me that if I accept, I might not return home at all. I survived another visitor. It seems I'm starting to get used to this job. Wiping off the sticky residue, hoping it was just spilled soda from the counter, I suddenly hear the crunch of gravel outside. Hoops? Oh, no. I thought we were gonna get to talk to Bob first before I got hit with something else. He has this purple hair. It's not fair. He has the purple long hair. It's not fair. No, you're not supposed to give me more than one obvious choice at a time, game. I already made my choice. You're not supposed to do this to me. This is definitely not another vampire. This stranger leans against the counter, trying to look casual, but it really depends on how he acts now. It really depends on how he acts. The stranger leans against the counter, trying to look casual, but the way his tail twitches betrays his nervous tension. He's nervous. Hi. He clears his throat. Hello, sunshine. My name is Victor. Aren't your parents pirates by any chance? Why is he so awkward? Aren't your parents farmers by any... No, my parents are not pirates. I don't understand. I took his awkward attempt at flirting and made it my own. Now I'm the captain of this ship, since I'm a true descendant of pirates. No, the way he blushed. He's easily flustered. I'm doomed. I'm just doomed. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. Victor nervously taps his hoof against the floor. No? I'm doomed. I'm just doomed. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. That's what this is. This is my fate. I'm gonna have to make a choice. And I'm not happy about that. Then where did they get such a sweet peach? His face instantly lights up, so much that even his ears are smoking, it seems. Thank you? He shuffles his foot. Actually, I wanted to give you a compliment. I mean, to flirt. Victor makes vague, gestures with his hands as if trying to describe a complex mechanism that just exploded. What's the obsession with explosions in this game? It was supposed to it was all supposed to go completely differently. You were supposed to blush and giggle and you broke it all. So he believes that this was really supposed to work on real life people. His face is burning. Victor takes another deep, frantic breath. His stomach is growling so horribly. I hope this guy is okay. Is it really that bad? I mean, my flirting technique isn't that terrible. It is, but it still worked on me. But I am a very, very, very special case, my dude. Awkwardness is a great style. I liked it. This might be the best compliment he's ever heard in his life. Probably the only one. You liked it? His voice mixes surprised disbelief and a shimmer, and a shy glimmer of joy. I'm glad you like awkwardness, because I have plenty of it. You probably noticed. Right off the bat. Is it really written on my face? Actually, I initially chose this tactic to charm you. Of course, everything went according to plan. You did not. You did not. Nice save. He coughs shyly and mumbles something to himself. I am not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm just not gonna make it. That's what this is. I cannot listen. I full stop for like 2 seconds. I need to shift away from his face. Because if there's a different type of character, like a different type of character other than obviously the funny clown man that was immediately going to doom me, it's gonna be an easily, completely, utterly, and easily flustered long-haired man. He's too easy to fluster. He's so awkward, and I love it. He needs to be protected. Actually, I'm here to acquire. He doesn't get to finish. We have a visitor. Who are you? She stands next to the counter, clicking her mandibles impatiently. 2 packs of Brapsy, a pack of Screaming Cheese, and a bag of Fairy Fingers, darling. By the way, your gas attendant is a real sweet. It's frightening to imagine what my invisible colleague looks like. He hasn't even bothered to say hello. And hurry up, I need to rush. I have a lot of work waiting for me today. I'm starting to pack the order. At the same time, this incubus awkwardly tries to hit on the lady. Someone come get him. Someone help him. Someone help him, please. And I thought we had something special. Apparently the failed Casanova tried to try his luck on the new victim. It cannot. This secondhand embarrassment is gonna kill me. Wow, you seem so busy and cool, ma'am. And you must have a very wonderful job. He's not good at this. Baby is going to starve. No wonder his stomach is growling. He's gonna starve to death, the poor thing. She starts clicking her mandibles energetically, producing a buzzing sound that vaguely resembles laughter. Bless his heart. Just bless him. Wonderful. Oh yes, wonderful. Wonderful who don't like to eat, sleep, or see their children grow. Really, the best job in all 9 worlds, speaking of children. Victor barely recovers from her sarcasm when the lady immediately pulls out a wallet out of her bag and unfolds it. And over again. It seemed endless. You have a lot of kids, lady. This is Guru. Gugu. He has his father's mandibles. Victor gazes into the abyss. Abyss gazes back, revealing baby pictures. This seduction attempt has failed. Again. Like any mother, Lady Mantis loved her children and considered it her sacred duty to tell every passing incubus about them. This is Gugo. He's in his rebel phase right now. He pierced his mandibles. Can you imagine? He makes such a racket when he eats. The image of larva in a biker jacket makes me snort and reminds me of David. This is Gigi and Gaga. They're still larvae, but they're so talented. What talents can larvae have? They just lie there and eat. I do too, though. Wait, don't think about that. You have very beautiful children, ma'am. All 20 of them, incredibly cute. That's just the first wallet. Help him. Help him. Hand the lady her order. Yes, help him. Please, help him. Oh, I got a bit carried away. I really am in a hurry. Here, your money, darling. Victor watches her disappear into the night, and then he turns to me with a grateful look. Thank you. I can hardly handle 20 more kids. To be honest, I already broke down at the 8th. And then I thought looking after a cat was hard. The lady left very little in tips. Probably all of her money went to her children. Victor subtly remembers he came here to buy something. However, my visitors rarely recall that. I need a book. Victor scans my stinking... He scans the stinking supernatural realm of discount rotten chocolate bars. It's a guide for, well, you know, succubi and incubi. I can't remember what it's called, but I definitely heard something about it. Could you take a look? It's definitely not for me. It's for my less experienced friend, because I'm, you know, employee of the month by layer. He didn't specify whether he was the worst or the best employee of the month. Well, you know, life force harvesting for dummies or something like that. I hear him mumbling quietly to himself. Such a shame. I should have just stayed home and rewatched Evangelion for the 10th time. No, you shouldn't have. This is much better. I'm heading to the storage room. Just a few hours before, I was rushing around here looking for blood for a very hungry monster. Now, with all these vials, eyes, and tentacles seem less ominous. A gigantic dead moth lies on top of one of the boxes. Or perhaps it's just very tired. Rummaging through the book section, deep in between baboon metaphysics and limits of patience of your dead servants, I find the desired volume. I come back from the storage room, holding this forbidden, mind-bending treatise titled Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Demons and Everything You Didn't Want to Know About Them. Well, this is definitely better than those PDF guides from various sites for, never mind who. Clearly not for the whole family. Let's study it? Yes, it would be very unusual if he just paid me, tipped me, and moved along. I expect too much from this life. But in fact, this will be an entertaining educational lesson. It certainly won't be unnecessary. And the guy that looks like those pictures are enough to make him faint. The sooner this is over, the sooner I can send him on his way. He needs to be protected. He needs to be put in a jar and put on the shelf so I can shake him with cute aggression every once in a while, and then I can just put him back down on the shelf and just stare at him from away, and he can be safe in his jar. It's just too... My cuteness aggression is off the charts right now. Just off of the charts. It's gone. We find a cozy spot next to the counter, and I pull the gremlin closer. Why are we agreeing to do this? I open the book, and the pages, yellowed and brittle with age, release a cloud of dust and indecent, horrifying desires. Incubi, the nature of the tempting rogue, hooves of desire. Tempting rogue. So yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's definitely me. Definitely me. Hooves are just like mine. You have no idea how awful they clop, especially on tiles. When you sneak to the fridge at night, the whole house wakes up with you. Everything thinks there's a big clumsy cow living in your apartment. know, Victor, you look more like a sleep paralysis demon. Yeah, I think you're... Aren't it? They're all purple. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, you're right. All Incubi are purple. I thought my skin color was just some kind of coincidence. You know, it's like when you create a character in a video game and just spin the color wheel until you stumble upon something weird. It gives me a cautious look, as if not entirely sure about the coolness of his purple hue. I love the color purple. Too bad I'm not purple. Shake head sadly. His face immediately brightens with a smile. Well, I think it's pretty cool too. It's nice to know you like, what is it called? Demonic phenotype? Uh-huh. Victor turns his attention back to the book and runs his clawed finger down the lines. Incubi, appreciators of the vibrant hues of the soul, they draw power not from blood or life force, but from the pure, potent energy of mortal emotions. And although a refined bouquet of positive emotions is preferred, ambrosia, what a fancy word, a practitioner can also sustain themselves with more coarse, fickle energies of negativity. Despair, horror, and humiliation provide a quick, albeit unpleasant, rush of power. It's no wonder that now, even after an argument with someone in the comments, I feel like I've eaten a few raisins. Judging by his expression on his face, he clearly isn't cut out for horrors and humiliations. His limit is probably arguing on 4chan. Also a kind of source of horrors and humiliations, but still it's a bit different. An incubus can, albeit less effectively, form a symbiotic connection by feeding off a single consenting mortal vessel. Mortal vessel, in turn, can absorb some of the power from the incubus, among other things, their immortality. Wow, sounds like a decent deal, actually. I certainly have plenty of emotions, mostly hatred for the fact that to earn money, you have to work. A whole mountain of raisins for Victor, or whatever he called it. What a relief, just one person. The thought of having to chase after a whole bunch of strangers makes me feel sick. Strangers are the scariest thing right after rent. Yeah, I totally understand you. It's probably even harder to deal with clients like me. Communication is already a horror show in itself. He is so awkward. And then you add a literal horror with vampires and ghosts. Just a nightmare. He really looks at me with sympathy. He really feels sorry for me. I don't even know how to react to that. Trying to understand what people want for you is quite the challenge. Yeah? It's like trying to play a game with rules changing every 5 seconds. This is hitting too close to home. I'm gonna need you to stop, sir. And someone has turned off your screen and you're paralyzed, basically, yeah, I completely get you. Victor flips through the Grimoire, reading chapter titles. Techniques of rogue seduction, juicy emotional juices, using lavish energies for pharmaceutical I don't even want to know. I just want to not starve without energy and maybe pay my rent. I don't need to be the lusty cousin of Doctor Strange. His finger finally jabs at a random chapter title somewhere down in the middle. Love letters. It seems completely and irrevocably outdated, especially about that part about carrier pigeon colors. Love letters? Who writes love letters anymore? This should apply to text messages now, right? But this is a good start. Let's work on this before moving on to more complex seduction methods. He is going to need a lot of help. He's going to need so much help. He pulls out a pen from somewhere, a cheap ballpoint with little anime cat charm on the end. I hand him a grease-stained napkin like everything else in this rotten place. The book says to convey aching adoration and a hint of forbidden desire. Victor starts scribbling something on the napkin. Help! Ew, no, not the Wochat. No, Victor, try again. Yeah, I guess this isn't the most aching thing in the world. He takes a less greasy napkin from me and starts drying again. What about this? Funny kitty. Wonderful. That lonely pain-filled tear. It's like the cherry on top. Got a quick save again. Check the yes box. Victor's mind is now a blue screen of death. Well, this probably means the picture turned out well, right? The trembling Hanny takes the drawing for himself. If my client gets a heart attack, Bob will probably kill me. Victor continues to flip for the book. I love that. That was so silly. Recognizing the desires of the vessel, he scans the first few lines of text. It's about observing subtle hints, interpreting body language, and engaging in candid conversations to uncover the special nature of mortal carnal desires. He glances at me. What does Vessel Shoe want? The vessel wants money. The vessel wants stable mental health. The vessel wants fame, love, and adoration. The vessel wants to become the new Sandra Portatelli. The vessel wants a simple human sofa and cuddle on it. The vessel wants to leave work as soon as possible. Let's not linger, young man. The vessel wants stable mental health, actually. Oh, gosh. Oh. Oh, great. And pizza, right? His eyes are genuine sympathy and understanding of every delicate string of my unfortunate lonely soul. That's honestly quite a simple desire. I think if the criteria for the second person on the couch that aren't too strict, I could easily help. Well, that's the first genuine, good flirtatious line you've given so far. Though sometimes I comment too loudly on what's happening on screen. I hope that's not too much of a problem. Sometimes you can't just help but make a stupid comment 10, 20, and 5 minutes. Especially when you know some facts about the movie. We continue to study this villainous seduction manual. The art of verbal seduction and slippery flattery. I don't like the way that they called it slippery. To his surprise, Victor finds no mention of the fact that the pirate compliments work on living people. We examined the first paragraph, where the words are labeled keys to the treasure chest of the heart, and flattery is described as a powerful aphrodisiac for the ego. It's all very dramatic, but the main idea is quite simple. Say nice things, don't say unpleasant things. This is definitely outdated. If I tell someone his eyes are double gateways, the chance at least, what? I would get sprayed with pepper. You would. What does it even mean? There's a good lord. When I kiss you, I tremble like a paralyzed beggar. How's that even supposed to work? No, that's too much for even me. Help! Victor clears his throat. His gaze slides over to me, trying to latch onto something particularly attractive about my appearance. Okay. Let's see what you got. You have very elegant ear shape. Thank you, Victor. I can't say no to him. God, why me is so funny though. Thank you, Victor. No problem. I mean, they really are. You have a very elegant curve. Aesthetically pleasing, 11 out of 10 on the ear attractiveness scale. Or are you questioning it? The ears on my head are 11 out of 10. Will there ever be a happier day in my life? He takes a deep breath, gathering his courage for another compliment. Why are we being practiced on? Actually, I think you have a wonderful sense of humor. Like, nothing can really get to you, right? Most people would scream, run away in horror, fall to the true existential crisis. I'm the main joker of this greasy gas station. Should I be proud or horrified? Smile. That wasn't bad. He smiles gently in response. I mean, it's working on me. Despite everything, he starts to relax. He's probably beginning to feel more comfortable around me. I would have never fought a monster that would have to struggle with discomfort from interacting with a mortal soul, and not the other way around. Another chapter. How to be a mirror. I didn't know we could change. Oh, it's metaphorical. Bless him. The text describes the principle of mirroring, subtly borrowing mannerisms, speech patterns, and even expressed opinions of the victim to create a sense of closeness and understanding. The path of least resistance is to gaining mortal attachment. Oh no, what about all that stuff, just be yourself and everything will work out? My mom lied to me, didn't she? No, Victor, you being yourself is working in this exact moment. With similar interests. What do ordinary people like? Football and the weather? Definitely not anime and Dark Souls. No, no, we're good. Stay there. Stay there, Victor. Stay there. You got us. You got us. Discussing the brilliant soundtrack to Silent Hill with people isn't a bad idea. No, no, that's exactly what I want, Victor. That's exactly what I want to do. Please, we do need to discuss the brilliant soundtrack of Silent Hill. We absolutely should. Alright, practice. The book says that practice is the key to success. Victor lifts his gaze to me. Play along with me, please? Like we just met? Oh. This stream is just... The last third of this stream is just gonna be me struggling because of secondhand embarrassment and this character just being like my cuteness aggression once again is just gonna continuously like spike every 5 seconds. Beautiful mortal soul, I have appeared to you in half dreams so many times, but I finally decided to find you in reality. I won't let you go so easily again. That's actually not bad. Even though his words aren't the most elegant, there's something supernatural about him. I still began to feel a pull. A shiver runs down my spine. Come on, you don't have to pretend to get close to someone or make friends. I'd love to talk about the Silent Hill soundtrack. I'm gonna completely derail this. I want to do that. Victor's carefully crafted seductive expression shatters into pieces. His eyes widen, he blinks several times, and his gaze ignites with pure delight. You really want to talk about Akira Yamanoka's industrial soundscape? Yes, I do, actually! And how they create an all-encompassing sense of psychological horror that reflects the protagonist's inner turmoil. Oh, yes, all of that. All of that. Because, I mean, the use of trip-hop elements in Silent Hill 3's soundtrack is criminally underrated. It is criminally underrated. It is. Silent Hill 3 is so good, and I don't see near enough about it. Oh, I mean, yes, mortal, your interest in such esoteric melodies is quite intriguing. He chuckles softly. But you're right, pretending is very exhausting. You can never truly be close to someone if you're always pretending. Though I don't really need to do that, do I? I just need juicy, sweet emotions. Well, who am I kidding? I'm the most pathetic incubus in the world. I need more than just that. He's flipping through it for a bit longer before letting out a sigh. His stomach growls again. He seems he could use an emotional snack. I think we covered all the important stuff. I suppose it's time to wrap things up. He starts to rise from the floor. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna have to replay this off stream for sure to like go down every avenue, but my god. I tell you, but promise won't laugh. I promise. Relief washes over his face. Yes, wonderful. I accidentally sold my soul in the darknet. Baby, no! He holds a dramatic pause. Go on. Fuck, what an idiot I was. I dropped out of college back then because my constant stress moved into some tiny dump and barely left my apartment. I was scraping by with some freelance work. I talked, well, sometimes I chatted with various anonymous folks from 4chan, people without names, gender, or age. Then I stumbled upon a stupid ad. What did I have to lose? Definitely not a demon. 7566 in the chat offered me the chance to escape loneliness. Later, I turned into this creature. He told me he did it for laughs. What if it was Darian? What if it was Darian that did it? He left no instructions, just wrote "get good" in chat and deleted all contacts. I'm gonna die. He was curious to see if I could handle it. His chance to escape loneliness turned out to be putting me in an incredibly deadly situation. He lifts his eyes to me. His memory is this fresh wound for him. Before I can even respond, he jumps up from the floor. But I've already wasted enough of your time. He clops his way to the counter. Oh, to be honest, I didn't really understand much. Those chapters are so strange. He lets out a quiet chuckle. You know what? It was great. I haven't had this much fun in a while. I think I even ate properly, finally. Positive energy, I mean. Thanks for the lunch. I'm not sure if I need to pay for that, too, but I'll leave some money just in case. His tail twitches awkwardly. I haven't really interacted with people since college. It killed my will to live. I felt strange to not feels like such an idiot around someone. Thank you very much. He tosses more money into the jar and then takes a deep breath and adds, and maybe someday we could hang out together, not as a lesson, just play some silly games like friends. I don't want to come on too strong, but I'm gonna come on too strong. Why not? Why not? Why not as friends? We can make it a date. Oh, he was not expecting that. Oh, we're about to go into ads. A date? His tail starts wagging wildly, knocking over 3 bags of chips, a can of soda, and a bottle of Gloomy D. What is Gloomy D? I'm in. Of course, I'm ready. He struggles to rein in the flow of enthusiasm and takes a frantic breath. See you then. Goodbye. Bye, Shu. Good luck with your shift. It was nice to meet you. Oh, no, it was too short. Too short. The other 2 were so much longer. Come back. I needed more. I wanted to talk to him longer. He was so entertaining. Please. The gas station returned to silence, broken only by the hum of refrigerators and my own too loud thoughts. And there's ads. Okay. Welcome back. Okay, the gas station has returned to silence, broken only by hum of refrigerators and my own too loud thoughts. So a crazy god, a vampire thug, and a shy incubus walk into a gas station. Sounds like the start of a really bad joke. My life is not a joke. Just great. I wanted to pay my bills. I didn't sign up for interdimensional quarrels and therapy sessions for the undead. But on the other hand, I wasn't eaten, and I wasn't turned into a piece of furniture. By the standards of this night, it's a resounding success, I would think. I cautiously glanced at the door to Bob's office. There was a low guttural humming, like a giant disgruntled computer tower was working inside. The clock on the wall indicated it was the end of my shift. With a heavy sigh of relief, I began closing up the place. Finally, when I walked the front door, I inserted the key into the lock and was about to turn it when suddenly... Organism! I jumped in place, nearly dropping everything. Organism, your performance has exceeded all of my algorithmic predictions by 47.3%. You are not just an organism, you are an efficient, flawless machine for generating currency. I am feeling an emotion your kind describes as managerial pride. You keep up the good work, but in the possibility of a 25-cent bonus would become not just hypothetical, but quite real. Go, organism, restore your energy resources in return for further exploitation. What a relief. He vanished as suddenly as he appeared, leaving nothing but ringing silence behind. I stood for a few seconds, processing what I had just heard, then I slowly turned the key in the lock. Click! First shift completed. I survived, and now I can do anything, which means... oh, God. Hold on, guys, let me save. I'm so good at romancing creatures, don't you know? Okay, so we can shout, carriage for the monarch! Call David, call Victor, or return to the store to Bob. What should we do first? I'm calling for the carriage. The words escaped my lips before I could even think them through. I shouted into the void, expecting at best an echo. But the void answered. From around the corner, with a quiet clatter of hooves on asphalt, it appeared. A carriage crafted from bones polished to a shine, drawn by a pair of horses woven from pure shadows. The carriage door swung open by itself, inviting me inside. How mysterious. I stepped over the threshold, and the world spun into a kaleidoscope of mad colors and sentient frogs. When the whirlwind subsided, I felt myself falling, but instead of a hard landing, I found myself in someone's embrace. Oh, his hat is gone! He's blonde! This art, though. Hello? Hello? I knew you would come, my dear. Darian's voice was velvety and sly. I looked down and realized that my t-shirt and jeans had been replaced by some elegant attire. How old-fashioned of him. The kingdom missed you so much. Every crooked spire of this castle longed for your silhouette. Every mad courtier whispered your name, hoping you would return and bring more chaos to our usual chaos. He looked into my eyes, and his gaze was a mix of madness, adoration, and the promise of the most unpredictable eternity. Everything. I will give you everything. How about a pet? I can bring you the most beautiful griffin, or better yet, two, so they won't be bored when I take you for rides around our lands. Break time! No! I must read. Where's your silly little hat? If one moon bores you, we'll have three. Or I could give you a few garden gnomes, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Let it be a surprise. He pulls me closer by the waist. His lips almost touch the shell of my ear as he speaks the next words. You will never be sad again from this moment. Sadness for you is just a word in a foreign language, my dear, my monarch. And all it took was one night shift at a gas station. Okay, let me load it. Should we go for Bob next? I drank my water, by the way. Thank you for the break time. Let me stretch, actually. We have a romantic evening with Bob we can have. Do we want to see how that goes? Or do we want to go in order and go, I kind of want to leave Victor for last, though. because that's the one that I immediately want to click on next afterwards. Screw it, we're gonna go say hi to Bob. Oh no, Mr. Manager, we're not saying goodbye just yet. Hey, head back to the gas station and push open the door to his office. This means I'm gonna have to voice this. I'm gonna have to... ridiculous canopy bed, and on it, surrounded by rose petals, reclined Bob. It's perfect 10 out of 10. Or rather, he wasn't just lying there, he was posing. One tentacle coyly supported his spherical body where a human's chin would be. Others were elegantly draped over the silk sheets. His numerous eyes blinked slowly, focusing on me. Ah, organism! I wasn't expecting you so soon. His voice has always boomed in my head, but now it had sultry undertones. But since you're here, one tentacle slowly, seductively beckoned me forward. I propose we spend the evening in romantic engagement. We'll study void bimboke enclosure schemes. I took a step into the office and slowly closed the door behind me. There we go. I'm dying. Okay. Alright, David next. Maybe it was a bad idea, or maybe it was my best one yet. The creature on the other end informs me in a raspy voice that he'll be there in 10 minutes. And sure enough, soon... Don't die. No, I might. And sure enough, soon the roar of motorcycles shatters the silence of the night. A battered but powerful bike pulls up next to me. Come on, move your ass. Sunrise is soon. His voice sounds gentle. I move my ass and climb into the seat behind him, wrapping my arms around his waist. He lets out a satisfied sigh. And by the way, enjoy today's sunrise while you can. I freeze. I know exactly what he means. This could be my last sunrise as a human. Maybe I want to become a vampire, or maybe not. Either way, we're making decisions together now. He slightly turns his head. The surprise in his eyes is replaced with a glimmer of respect. He looks at me like a tame wolf, like an equal. His hand covers mine, resting on his chest, and he gently squeezes it. Okay, boss, whatever you say. Whatever awaits us, eternal wanderings, arguments over who cleans the blood off the dishes today, the necessity of pretending to be our own descendants. We'll face it together. The motorcycle roars and heads out into the highway. Oh, that was pretty cute. Not gonna lie. Okay. Alright, here's the one that might actually kill me. With cuteness aggression. I might die from cuteness aggression, because I can't... I might need to get my Piers plushie from the shelf so I can squeeze it. Like, hold on a second. Hold on, genuinely. Let me go get my Piers plushie. I have a Piers plushie. I gotta go get him out of his enclosure so I can squeeze him with cuteness aggression while I watch this, because that's what's about to happen. Okay, I got him. He's in one hand, and I'm gonna click the mouse with the other. And I'm gonna try and not scream. Victor promises to come faster than the wind. True to his word, when this car pulls into the parking lot, he nearly knocks over a trash bin. My bad! It's an old, well-maintained car, clearly inherited from his grandfather. Inside, it's warm and it smells nice. His apartment is exactly as I imagined. A bit cluttered, but cozy. Oh, it's so cute! And soon I get humiliated by my very first boss. Victor, sitting next to me, laughs. It's not that you're bad at this, as you say. It's just that I'm a nerd with a whole lot of free time. Look at his little tail. His fingers glide effortlessly over the buttons. I feel at ease for the first time in a long while. No fear, no tension, just two people playing video games. He freezes for a second, then a blush appears on his violet cheeks. He coughs awkwardly, but he doesn't pull away. Instead, he gently leans his head towards mine. You've made me happy, and so happy in just one evening. I'll do everything I can to make you happy. I close my eyes, listening to the quiet clicking of buttons. An incubus partner. My partner is an incubus, and he's better at Souls-like games than I am, for now. Something very interesting is definitely happening with my life. No, I needed more! I needed more! That's it. Unless we want to go and make stupid decisions and get the other endings, which I don't think I can do because my throat is about to, like, die. Me trying to voice Bob in the way that I did not help. Did not help. Anyways, as you can probably see in the pinned comment, the link to the game is up there. And so if you are interested in playing this for yourself and going through it on your own, you can do that there. Click the link. Definitely go support these people. They made such a funny game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very fun, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself now, because now I'm just like sitting here going, oh god. It was just brilliant funny humor. It about killed me several times with the humor. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna see if I can find somebody to raid into. Yeah, you're gonna have to do a playthrough. Yeah, it's fun. But I'm gonna find somebody to raid, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!